This is the Old 77 Podcast.
Thank you for listening to the Old 77 Podcast.
Go Cardinals!
Hey. I swear to God, if there was some kind of shit in California, I would let Arnold lead. Yes, please lead. Where's the chopper? Arnold's got the roid rage.
Everybody gets a chopper.
Everybody gets a chopper.
You get the chopper. You get the chopper.
It's fucking Oprah.
I was going to say, Arnold has turned into Oprah. You got a chopper.
We all get choppers.
Who are you?
Turn it up, let it blast. Hey, bitches, this is Old 77 Podcast.
It's a safe place.
In an unsafe world.
Impressive.
Warning. Foul language may occur due to the subject matter.
Nice beaver.
Thank you. I just had it stuffed.
Join our Patreon Clubhouse today. Clubhouse members get early access to episodes and exclusive after-hours content at patreon.com/theold77podcast.
Yeah, boy.
Thanks for listening.
This is pathetic.
You're pathetic.
Yeah, baby, from the Old 77 Studios in Jefferson City, Missouri, this is the Old 77 Podcast.
It's a safe place.
In an unsafe
World.
Swirled.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. Here we are, boys.
This is episode, 128?
Yeah,
man.
I think so. That sounds right. doesn't
Yeah,
it?
127. 127 was our Halloween episode.
That's right. That was a
Such
fun
a
one.
banger.
As always.
Just in case you want to know there.
My face hurt at the end of the night, so that means it must have been a pretty good episode.
Oh, my God.
That's kind of my
That's
metric.
indicative if it's a good episode or not.
That's my metric.
Yeah?
If
You
my
know?
face hurts, then it was a good one.
Hurt like hell.
Absolutely, man. How's your guys' week been?
That good, huh?
Good. Wow, Jesus. Ask.
So Dave and I came off a solid day of working today.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
I did a solid day of producing, showed up, didn't even realize I was going to run the place until I got there, and my boss was like, dude, I'm sick.
You're the boss.
Crap,
today.
now I'm the boss.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Benny, right?
Yeah, Benny got sick. Friend of the show, Ben Conley.
Yeah, that's right. Good friend from In the Groove Records.
Yep.
Yeah, man, that bad shit's been going around. I had, you had a sick kid last week.
I kind of wonder.
Oh, well, yeah, that's right.
So I had to cancel the podcast. This is Saturday when we're recording. We normally record on Thursdays.
Right.
I had to cancel this Thursday because my girl came home from school. She was sick as a dog. I don't know if it was sickness now.
Yeah.
Food poisoning?
No.
My girl is 9 years old. Boys, she's getting her period. God damn it.
I swear
Yeah.
it's happening earlier and earlier. these
You
days.
don't know why? It's all the hormones in the foods that
She's
they're doing.
Friggin'
That's what they're
man.
relating it to.
Okay, so I got a
believe that.
problem. I got a problem here, and I'm going to tell you guys straight out. Tell you guys because I love you. When I was in 4th grade, I had this girl in my class. She had red hair. I fucking love redheads, I'm just saying. But she had fiery red hair. This is the reason. She had fiery red hair, and it was 4th grade, so it was elementary school. We were playing trampoline that day, boy. You ever guys
Yeah.
ever do trampoline in PE?
No.
You just jump on a trampoline. You ever do the
No.
parachute? And
Oh,
shit?
we did the parachute.
I did the parachute.
Okay,
like
we did the
preschool.
parachute. Yeah, this was elementary school, 4th grade.
I loved
Hadn't been to
parachute
5th
day.
grade yet.
Yeah.
So I jump on the trampoline, do my thing. Haha, I'm great. Boom, I'm a fat kid. Let's do this, bitch. She jumps on the trampoline. All of a sudden, there's blood on the trampoline. We all freak out, right? We're like, oh, PE teacher has us all, because we're barefooted. PE teacher all has us check our feet. Nobody's bleeding. It's 2 days to the end of school. This girl leaves. We don't know why.
Damn.
She was the reason we had blood on the trampoline. Next year she comes back. Dude, I'm talking
She got
titty
titties?
city.
Titty
This girl
city.
was stacked for days, man. Like in 5th grade at that. She came back and it was like that poor girl, and growing up, everyone was like, oh, she's so hot, right? Like all the people that I was attracted to as a kid, like all the little shit, my girl likes that stuff now. Like, my 9-year-old likes all the shit that 9-year-old Scott was attracted to. Those little chokers and shit that girls used to wear in elementary school,
yeah.
that used to get my jam going.
Yeah, me
my
too.
baby girl loves that shit. So now I'm like, oh.
Uh-oh.
I have to
Hold
look
up.
at her, and I'm like, you know what? You would have been my jam back in the day.
Right.
I would have came after you.
right.
Now you're mine, and I got to raise you. Fuck me. That's karma.
Yeah.
Fuck, this is not right. This is not cool.
Right? It's totally not cool, man. It's totally not cool.
I'm so glad I had boys, man.
Well, that's what I said. So I said this today. My girl last week, Andrea, had to go take pictures. She went and took pictures for Dave and his family. One of Dave's little boys, I don't know which, was like, I love you, Katie. I'm marrying you. That's my daughter. Yeah. I'm loving you. I go,
One of
is it
Dave's kids said that?
Yeah.
I think it was Jack.
So, my kid is going to end up with Dave's boys one day. We're going to have a power thruple.
We're going to be a big family.
Right? She's going to be
a big family.
She's going to be dating the twins. It's going to be fucking awesome.
I'll get to see you on Christmas and Thanksgiving. I can't wait. Yeah, man.
See, that's the one thing. I'm the weird dad. I told my daughter, I don't care what you do. Just be happy. If you want to go out and fuck dudes, go fuck dudes. I don't care.
For sure.
Yeah.
You're not a slut. You just like to have sex, just like dudes.
Just like dudes, right?
If you were a dude, it wouldn't be different.
It's a double standard.
Well,
right?
if you hold it back from them, that just
You're right.
that makes the
You're
thrill
right.
of the hunt at that point.
Yeah,
It's like, well,
absolutely.
shit, I got to now.
You tell them not to, and that's
just going to make them want to do it even more.
Exactly.
My girl was 8 when she told me that she can't wait to fall in love.
Yeah.
Fuck me, man. I'm screwed. As a dad, I'm fucked. I'm going to have to kill a man coming up.
I'm surprised it took her that long.
I'm going to have to kill her first boyfriend. I know it.
Do you want me to come over and bend some shit in front of them?
See,
Yo, what's up?
Good idea.
I mean, what it is, dude.
So if you don't come back after 10:05, this is going to happen.
We could just have Biscuit pose as you. Right?
There you go. What you want?
Right. Your dad is Indian?
Indian, Mexican, it's, yeah.
Oh, man. Let's talk about those outfits last week, boys.
Oh, my God.
They're buzzing, bro.
Right?
They were on point. I think everybody.
I was totally underdressed, just want to say.
That's okay.
I came with the expectation I was going to have to wear a headset, so don't do that.
Yeah, not me.
Biscuit shows up in a fucking full-on ball fro.
I'm the fucking rainbow.
Dude, yeah.
Dustin is the dare kid, and you're the fucking rainbow that I can't stop laughing at.
You're welcome.
When I was editing the highlights this week
my
for YouTube, every time it would get to Davey and Biscuit and it would zoom in, I would crack up just a little bit.
It was good shit.
I was editing the show the next day, and my wife was sitting there watching me, and I'm like, come here, look at this guy. Come here, look at him. Now look at this guy. Now look at Dave. She's like, why are you laughing? I'm like, well, here. And I would zoom to a certain point. Do you see Dave talking? And his head would just be like
flopping.
like this.
If you're sitting close enough to me, you get a nice breeze every time I talk, right?
It was insanity, the variety that was
man.
here.
So technically, if you're looking in the studio right now, if you're watching us on Spotify or on Facebook, you can see that we're still dressed up for Halloween.
Got to be, dude.
Halloween is not quite yet here.
Right.
So
By
we're
the time-
recording.
By the time you hear this, it has come and gone.
Yeah.
But we still are in balls deep in Halloween.
Halloween's Monday. We're on a Saturday.
Gots to be.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What's your Halloween tradition? What do you guys do every year faithfully on Halloween? Anybody do anything?
Nah.
Oh, I do. I dress up, get drunk.
I masturbate vigorously.
Yeah, but that's
Halloween.
Some
every
parody
holiday.
porn.
Halloween is a
Parody
month
porn.
for me, man.
Well, I was going to say me and the kids watch Walt Disney's the what is it? Oh fuck! It's completely
Haunted
escaped
Mansion?
me. No,
Like the Nightmare Before Christmas?
no,
or?
it's the Legend of Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking? It's old.
Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, but it's the Legend of Sleepy Hollow and
right.
Mr. Toad. We watch
Right.
that
Watched it.
every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My kids have both been sick. Like I was gonna we were gonna watch a Halloween movie the other night because their mom was out doing stuff, and so it was gonna be like Dad and his boys' night at
Dad
home.
and
And
the dudes.
fuck, man, Jack fell asleep. Jack was asleep at like 6 p.m. last night.
Oh man,
Yeah, it was
dude,
ridiculous.
I was asleep last night at 10.
Yeah.
Dustin texted me. He's like, "Hey, you still up?" This morning I got it. I was like, "No."
Nah,
Well, it's
now I am.
It said you were online, and I had just finished that
That
Oh,
video.
really?
that nut scratching video.
Yeah.
To
yeah.
be fair, I was probably
To be fair.
asleep, scratching my nuts
Yeah.
while I was online. Andrea walked out. She went to the bathroom, and I was laying in the chair like this.
Fucking sprawled out.
I was fucking out of it, dude. I don't even remember that.
I am sleeping a lot now that I've had some life changes.
Right?
Yeah, like it's hard. I can't.
Where's
eat.
you out now? And
Dude,
now you get like better sleep?
Well, I get up
you're
early
fucking
now.
old.
Yeah.
What time you get up, bro?
Like I mean, like 6:55. That's early for me.
Nice.
Yeah, I slept till like 10:30 yesterday. It was so great.
I slept till 9 today. It was
Holy
fucking
shit.
amazing.
Yeah, man. And then
And I had to be at work at 9.
Yeah.
And you were running shit.
I got there at
today, too.
9:05.
Yeah, it's,
Hello,
it's a
what's
good
up,
thing
bitches?
living. It's a good thing living close, right?
Fuck yes.
Yeah, man.
So where I used to live in Illinois, it was 30 minutes one way anywhere.
No.
Right? So it was an hour trip. Coming here, it's like I got 10-minute commute round trip.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
bad.
I never want to go back.
That's what I had until I moved out into the middle of the boonies. And
How do
now-
you feel about moving out in the middle of the boonies? Because you fucking are. You're in the. You go to Dave's house and you start questioning things.
See, I still have
Where the
yet to
hell
be
am
invited
I?
to Dave's house, so I wouldn't know.
You're you're coming. Don't worry about it, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, I know
gonna
where
happen.
Dave's at. I know where Dave's
That's
at.
gonna happen. We'll make that happen.
And now, as a person who used to drive 45 minutes just to go to Walmart, going
Yeah.
to Dave's house is not a problem. I just want to say that.
Yeah.
It's not a problem
Scott
for me.
has volunteered to come out to my house on many occasions, like the night that I had the flat tire, and
Oh,
he drove
yeah.
me home all
That's
the way
right.
home from here. This is a very
forgot
nice
about
gesture.
that.
Yeah, I was leaving the show that night and started hearing a little bit of a weird noise as I was driving and realized, fuck, I have a flat tire.
The Davy train only got down the road to the hotel.
To the Hampton Inn,
Yep.
and then Scotty came and got me. Yeah, I was gonna just crash at your house until I realized, oh fuck, I've got to take my kid to school in the morning. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, no problem. I'll take you home. That's no problem.
I really appreciated that.
Yeah, anytime,
Yeah.
man.
No, it was a little bit like getting used to it the first few weeks. I know what you're doing over there. It took me a while, but now I'm used to it. So like, you know.
I remember when I met Dave, he's like, yeah, I got this place out in the middle of fucking nowhere. You ain't never going to find me.
I like it that way, man.
Do you? Yeah.
The only thing I wish Dave would get is a 4-wheel drive.
That's next. As soon as
Is
the
it?
Accord dies, we're
Yeah.
getting 4-wheel drive. We're considering a Jeep possibly.
Good.
How fast do you want it to die?
Hold on now. We shouldn't be recording this.
I know, right?
I had a similar thing. A buddy of mine was like, you know, I got this new car that I fucking hate. My other buddy would be like, well, how long you want it around? Like,
That's what I'm
I need to
thinking,
not
cuz.
be here now. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Leanne Bauman, or however you pronounce it.
Oh, our girl.
I've got this mother-in-law. I don't really want.
I don't really like her, but I've only got $1,500.
Right.
Yeah, only 15.
What can you do for me on a budget? Can you get
Which
me
is
rid of this
crazy
bitch?
because she was a real estate agent.
Right.
Yeah, she had money, man.
Well,
You
you bitch
know
gotta
she
have
had
that
money.
fucking paper.
Have we heard any kind
That's
of...
what I'm trying to find out.
Have
right
we
now.
heard any kind of update on this chick?
That's what I'm trying to find out right now. I have not heard anything recently.
The last I knew is she was getting parole revoked. Was that it? She had been someplace, was doing something, and somebody called
was
the cops
dr-
and
she-
called
I think-
Oh, she was
Yeah.
hanging out at the bar.
Yeah.
And she had a little bit of weed on her, I think is what it was.
Yes, yes.
And then somebody finked.
They finked her.
Yeah.
It happens, man. It happens. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything new.
Not yet.
There's an article from Lake Expo magazine from August 8th, and the title of the article is, quote, "She drinks, gets caught, decides she needs rehab." So, yeah. Yeah, nothing new, man. I keep
No.
waiting. I'm hoping that, fucking Court TV will have that
Oh.
trial on TV.
I can't wait to see
Yeah.
that trial,
Fuck
man.
yeah.
I know. Fuck.
We followed that. Fuck, we followed that forever, man.
God, I hope there's cameras in the courtroom for that one. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
I just want somebody there to draw her tears.
Yeah.
Is that wrong? Is that wrong?
Can I be the courtroom sketch guy? Fucking stick figure with a couple
Right.
of
It's
tears.
gonna be like a couple
little
years ago. The
tears.
dude, the lady
Nope.
who got commissioned to do all the ancient Jesus stuff, and it came out.
Oh,
You remember
God.
that?
She fucked it all.
No,
yeah,
I
She
didn't
fucked it
remember
all up.
Yeah, man.
So back in, I think it was like 2015, 2014 maybe, there was some gal in England, and she was like, oh yeah, some church commissioned her to redo like a Jesus fresco from like the Middle Ages.
I got it.
She was like, no big deal.
Shall I do that shit in my
I can do
sleep?
that. I can do that shit in my sleep. You got it, Dave?
Yeah, I got it.
And this is what they did. If I can pull it up here, let's see Dave's window.
Them go for retard.
This is the fucking oh damn it. Well, this is what happens when you do shit
Yeah.
right off the fucking, hold on.
Right off
here.
the cuff.
Right off
What it
the
is.
cuff. We got to interact. We got
Oh my God, just from seeing
this.
just
That's horrible.
Do you see it?
looks like it's missing something.
Do you see it?
You know,
That's
like a
very,
chromosome.
very bad.
it's-
yeah, like a chromosome.
Dude, it's the worst
That's
ever,
the nicest way
man.
to put it, bro.
Fuck, that Jesus has Down syndrome.
Here we go.
Is it coming?
I hope
on,
so.
baby. Oh, I hear the internet. The internet's connecting.
Hold on now. We have We have dial-up. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes, we do. Yes,
We are
do.
connected at 96 kbps.
Yeah.
This is taking longer.
No,
than
man, I don't know what.
expected.
Yep, sorry guys, can't.
Well, if you just Google Jesus,
Cunt. We
so
just cunt
here's how I
right
got
now.
the article. Like,
There it is. There it
Okay,
is.
there you go. Let me get this.
Yeah,
fucking
move
thing
that.
over.
Okay,
Oh,
so
hold up, top right-hand corner.
the right is what it started off as.
Oh shit. Okay.
I'm sorry, the left is what it started.
okay,
my bad,
okay.
my bad. The left is what it started off at. The
Very
right is
canning.
what we ended up with.
What's
Yes.
that? What's that phrase that they use? Like how it's going versus how it went. or
How it
something?
went.
Yeah. I mean, come
So
on.
we
man.
started
No
off as the
shit.
Lord, and we ended
That
up as a
Lizzo playing?
potato.
Nah.
Looks like a fucking owl or some shit, man.
Bro, like what happened? Like she was doing good on the forehead and like the eyes and the nose, and she just said, "Fuck it."
Fuck
Like
fuck this
I got fuck this mouth.
I got
about
time.
Jesus. That's great.
Yeah.
That's the Lord.
it literally is saying "lurd."
Yeah.
I mean, damn.
Yeah.
Right? That's, I mean, holy cow.
Like
You
Jesus
ruined-
got a buzz cut,
You ruined a masterpiece
a
with that.
thick ass fucking neck.
So that's what we call restored, huh?
Oh,
yeah.
that's what you call it, man.
Oh,
Jesus,
speaking of, you see
man.
that chick that's got those rings around her neck? You ever watch
Dude,
those
that's a thing.
African chicks that do that?
That's
yeah.
a thing,
Dude,
man.
they love that, and they
I-
fucking crank
But that's
them
a thing
on.
now.
I
White
know.
chicks love that too.
Oh, really? White chicks?
I don't get it.
That's a good movie though.
White chicks?
I love white chicks.
Do you really? I think that's like a faux pas nowadays.
There you
Is
go.
it?
Neck
I think
rings.
so.
Neck rings.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a certain
only
tribe.
cock rings would do
There's
that.
a certain tribe that does that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Look at
remember
that.
seeing these girls in the Guinness Book of
I want to
World
know.
Records as a kid.
I want to know, as just simple logistics, when you take those off, as you're in
Yeah,
that tribe,
you can't.
How do you function?
They say
Your
you
neck
can't.
is so fucking long, you can't move without
you
it.
Yeah,
can't.
they say
Their
you
their
can't.
neck becomes dependent on it.
Right? Is this
Yeah.
what happens?
It would have to.
No, they
right?
can't take it off because they will die if they take it off because
Yeah.
their neck,
They will die.
Yeah, their neck can't support their head can't their neck can't support their head anymore because it's become dependent on the metal there. too.
Yeah. That
Well, have
makes
you guys
perfect
heard
sense.
about-
That's terrible
about-
head game, I bet.
Have you guys heard?
All right.
Bigger the head, the better the head. Have you guys heard about cranium elongation?
Nah,
And
dude.
that's
yeah, when like you're
that's
a baby, maybe.
Not the neck. Not the neck. That's
Does it come
that's
out like a
people that
fucking
that
cone head?
no. That's people that elongate the back of the head.
No,
Why?
you're
They'll
right, though,
take
Biscuit. It
they'll
is-
take those
it's like a
cone,
cone head
those
thing.
rings, and instead of putting them on the neck, they put them on the back of the head.
For what? Land speed records.
But
Could be. Maybe they.
but
maybe
if
they're
you think
swimmers.
about it,
Aerodynamics.
in the past they say that they're trying to honor their gods.
Right.
Well, if you elongate the head, you look like a fucking alien.
Right.
I'm just saying.
That's one theory.
So are they honoring aliens?
Right.
Or does God look like an alien?
Because if you look at all the gray aliens,
Whatever you
know,
want.
they've got that elongated, weird looking head.
I heard a
Just
stupid
bro,
joke
whatever
today
you
from our friend Mo.
Oh, I heard
So,
the same
did-
joke.
Did you hear it?
I'm
He was
pretty
like,
sure.
so, and our friend is very, very liberal leaning.
Yeah.
So he said a bunch of Republicans they die and they go to heaven, and one of them asks God. God says, I'll answer any question you have, just one though. And he's like, who won the 2022 election? And the guy's like, Joe Biden won it. God says Joe Biden won it, but just, and so the other guy's like, it goes higher than I thought.
Hey.
Come on, you can't get any higher than God. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
I got a
I'm
good,
sorry, I can't stop looking at that butte.
bro. I got a good one.
I know, right? Okay, let's hear it. What do you got?
What you got, man?
You know the real reason why Hitler committed suicide? He didn't want to pay the gas bill.
Oh.
Oh man.
Another funny thing is I was talking to somebody today. We work with a Jewish gal. And I've told her a joke like that. I told her a Holocaust joke like several years ago, right to her face.
Bro, I got a big enough nose. I can
And
pass.
she's totally okay with it.
She was a good sport.
This is the same.
Damn.
This is the same girl that told a group down. So she didn't know. She works where we are. She told a coach's show, hey, her and the engineer used to tell, like, he's Christian, she's Jewish. So they would tell opposing jokes all the time
Oh,
to
that's
each other.
great.
Right? They get connected one day, and she's like, hey, I've got a great joke for you. She hits the button, right? She goes, why can't Jesus play hockey? And the guy goes, I don't know. Why can't Jesus play hockey? And she goes, because he always gets nailed to the boards. And the entire restaurant goes, oh. She didn't know that they had her
She was on the air.
all the way through the entire restaurant's PA.
system.
So she told that joke to the entire
That is so
restaurant.
good.
Dude, how have I never heard that story?
That's a good, dude.
I did not
That's
know
fucking
that.
So
gold.
she told me that, and I told her the gas joke. Yeah.
Jeez, man.
Those are always.
Oh.
Those are always.
There's nothing
funny.
like having that one Jewish friend that you know really well that you can fucking throw a good Holocaust
Yeah.
joke to.
Bro, everybody should be able to take jokes.
You know, there's something to that.
Everybody should.
Hey,
jokes. The jokes are good,
Right?
Speaking of my Jewish friends, y'all been keeping up with Kanye West lately?
bro.
Yes.
Bro, just like a little bit.
Because of you, yes.
Yeah, man.
It shows up in my Google search.
You
because
motherfucker, throw that on me ahead of time.
Oh, yeah, man. It's not good. It's not good.
It doesn't look like it.
No, it's not good. He's just essentially just set himself on fire. He's done that many times before, but I think this one is.
You know,
He'll
one
come
of the,
back. He'll
one
come
of the
back.
things I have a
Maybe.
problem
Just like
with
his
Kanye
ex-wife, Kim K.
is
Maybe.
I don't make fun of mental illness, but yet I'm here. I am making fun of Kanye.
Yeah. Well,
Is it okay? I need to know, guys. I need to know that line in the sand. Is it okay to make fun of mental illness if you're born that way, or is it okay to make fun of mental illness if they do it to themselves?
Yeah.
You could join
like
in.
if a football player, for instance, like, goddamn, I hate to say this, but we use our buddy and friend of the show, Derek Crawford. Derek has brain injuries from playing Jays football,
Yeah.
and he'll tell you,
Like
dude,
CTE
I got a
type
brain
shit?
injury. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, he'll tell
dude.
you. His coach used to tell him lead with the head, so he would.
Oh, wow.
You know, that's back in the day. Dude would.
Yeah.
And we joked with him like, dude, so is it okay to make fun of retarded people? I'm sorry, not retarded people. Retarded people.
Ruh.
Is it fun to make fun of retarded people if they do it to themselves? And his answer was, yes, of course. If it wasn't, I would have fought you sons of bitches years ago.
Dude, that's a word I'm surprised hasn't got canceled yet.
Sons of bitches?
Oh, it
No.
has.
Or
I just,
retard.
Oh, it has.
it
man.
has. I just,
Well,
Retard
see,
has.
so here's the
I
thing.
refuse to let them take that from me.
Retard is different. I've had a cousin, okay? I legit had a family member that was born with Down syndrome,
Yeah.
okay?
That's not a retard, though.
He wasn't a retard. Other people, though, are retarded.
Yeah.
You
But
know.
that's the thing. So, like, a lot of times when you, like, take timing out of an engine, you're retarding
Yeah.
the timing.
Yeah, and in music, that's a term. It's
Yes.
called retard.
Is it?
Yeah.
RITARD. That's when you slow down at the end of a song. It's called a retard.
And it's retard.
Which is
It's
fucking...
RIT, and
don't know how
I
to spell it.
mistakenly referred to it as a retard once while I was at church, and I got corrected. It's not
in
retard.
church.
You know-
I'm going to retard this real quick.
Right.
Dave and I
gotta
work with
retard
Maddie
congregation
Fran,
stand
who
up.
used to be on the show.
Yeah.
Maddie Fran calls our handicapped bathroom, hey, I got to go take a shit in the retarded bathroom.
Yeah, he has no shame. That man has no shame. He came up and grabbed my nipples today at work.
Did he?
Yep.
Dude, dang right.
Told
you
me
know?
he loved me. so-
Somebody's got
Well,
to.
you know,
I take love in whatever
you
form
take
I
love
can
in
get
every
it.
form you can. Right?
Yeah,
Do you?
even if technically it's sexual
All right.
assault, I'll take it.
Hey, man, my name's on Biscuit's nipple. I saw it earlier, so
That
hell
is
yeah.
true. He did.
Nice.
Full
Full
skin.
nippage.
Full frontal?
Full frontal.
I like it. I like it a lot, boys.
Somebody's got to.
This is going to be a great episode. I can tell. I hate to hit the break button.
You gonna break it down?
I think so.
You know
Yeah.
what? That's fine, man. Let's
break it
take a
down.
break. Let's thank our Patreon patrons while we're breaking it down. Then.
Let's see. You want me to start?
Go ahead and hit that button, brother.
I have.
Okay, all right. Oh,
Here,
I
there
hear
you
it
go.
now.
Oh,
I hear it.
there it is.
Oh, it's so small.
So
it's so soft. and
Let's
soothing.
start with because we mentioned friend of the show Ben Connolly earlier, and Ben is associated with our other good friend Jamie Rector
Yep,
with
Ben
the
and
Groove
Jamie.
Records. I actually have been in touch with Jamie about getting a new needle for my
Really?
record player. So hopefully that happens soon. So thank you to those guys.
Dude, I need to talk to Jamie and get myself a new record player. My record player burned up.
yeah.
I've got so much vinyl, and I just bought vinyl off of him too. I bought a Sade album. God,
My
I
kid,
love
my
it.
I
kids
need to go there.
destroyed
I
the
still
needle
feel
on
bad.
my vinyl.
I was actually over there right before I came here.
Really?
Yep.
I love
I need to
Jamie's
go
place,
there.
man. Jamie's is great.
I got a story to tell since he's one of our people.
All right.
The other day I came in and there was a VHS tape that I saw that I wanted because I do collect VHS, especially when it's old bands and
You
stuff.
know, not
that
too
I
many
like.
people sell VHS
You
anymore.
heard that?
And I saw an Alice Cooper tape that struck my interest, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to buy this. And I went to pay for it, and he was like, nah, man, just take it.
Yeah, see?
And
That's pretty
That's
awesome.
dope.
I love Jamie, man.
Yeah,
He's such
he's
a
good
nice
dude.
guy.
He is such a
Dude
great
is
dude.
real.
I was talking to him about the studio here a while back, and I was telling him I wanted an old reel-to-reel, and he's like, take that one. Dude, get out of here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's good people.
He's good people.
And we're lucky to have him here in Jeff City because it's hard to find a record store these days.
I was going to say, where can you find a record store?
Not in Jeff City at all.
And this one's been around forever.
Yeah, I mean, I think Best Buy was the last one that like sold CDs, and they're gone. So, so let's keep going. Our homie Dub IZ.
What up,
Thank
Dub?
you very much.
Our good friends at the Jeff City Paranormal Society.
Thank you very
speaking
much.
of, go ahead.
Our good friend JT at the Paranormal Son.
Your kind words are
Who else am I missing? I'm missing one. Biscuit Strength.
Hey,
Just
there
kidding.
it is.
I'm just
There
fucking
it
with you,
is.
bro. I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah.
All right, Scotty, continue.
All right. I'm sorry, man.
It's okay.
I lost it on the biscuit one.
Damn it.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be back. Speaking of biscuit, there he is. God, look at that gorgeousness.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Back after this. Shh. Quit. We're making him uncomfortable. Biscuit.
It took a lot to do that.
Later, bitches.
In the Groove, Vinyl Records and More has the widest variety of new and used music, carrying new and reissued vinyl, used CDs and cassette tapes. In business for over 20 years, offering the best variety and service we possibly can. In the year 2000, we started out as a little hole in the wall, and now In the Groove is a full-service record shop with thousands of records to choose from. Buying rock, jazz, R&B, soul, and blues records, 33s, 45s, and 78s. We also buy CDs and cassette tapes. We've been buying and selling since 2000. In the Groove is a one-stop shop for records, stereo equipment, CDs, and other fun oddities. 708 Jefferson Street, Jefferson City, Missouri. Give us a thumbs up and follow us on Facebook. In the Groove, Vinyl Records and More.
Let's talk, Dave. Let's talk. It's time for Old 77 Podcast. Thank you.
It's a place.
In unsafe. Unsafe world.
I'm gonna totally like sell this beat to Jay.
I know, right?
That was good.
So Jay, what up, dude?
Yeah, what would it be?
Jay's my guy from way back, man. Me and Jay used to sell crack on the corner.
You know, speaking of guys from way back, I heard you just got a text from dude in Nashville.
Oh, my buddy Mikey Mike.
Yeah,
Mikey Mike.
Dave's the only dude I know who's like, oh, my rapper friend Mikey Mike.
Mikey Mike's not a rapper.
What is he then?
He's more of a singer. Like he's got a little bit of rappy stuff.
He's a lyricist.
Is he a lyricist? I always heard he was a.
No, he wants me to come down to Nashville and hang out.
That'd be cool, dude.
He wants me to come down on the 11th, but I can't
sports,
do that. Yeah,
right.
because sports.
You got to do sports. You got to sports stuff.
So I told him like maybe March.
Got to do what, Biscuit?
Damn, sports.
Yeah. He says for sure, bro. We will make it happen.
Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Biscuit.
Oh. What?
Sports. Hey, we can grab that now.
Okay.
All right.
That's like Biscuit what? I was like, what? Nope, don't follow. Not following along.
We just need to separate all the audio from Biscuit yelling sports so we can make it a thing.
I've been trying to get that drop on here for so long.
That makes me feel good.
I even told a story where I got yelled at work because Biscuit Sports came through with other people.
Scott, we're going to need to have a talk in the office.
Hey, I'm going to need you to fuck off.
Yeah, it's had a few complaints from corporate.
I'm sorry. Sorry,
the
Dave.
higher ups.
What the hell are you doing over there, Dustin?
If your performance is still rocking hard, but yet you just yell sports every now and then, should you be yelled at, really?
No.
No,
Yeah,
I don't
didn't
think so. Yeah, I don't think
I'm still rocking at a high level, but somebody else said sports, and I got
Literally
cheered.
and figuratively.
Yeah, I feel like you kind of got to pick your battles, right? And that's not a
Dude,
battle.
that's life.
It's not a battle that I want.
No, I didn't even say anything. That's a battle that you just don't want.
Fuck that beats.
What the hell are you doing over there,
I'm
dude?
enjoying whatever it is, though.
Dear God.
Oh, man.
Whose idea was it to give this man a touchscreen?
His own. Yes, sir.
His own. He's an adult.
Ding, 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 ding.
That would be his own, sir.
Have you guys been watching any scary shit in preparation for Halloween like I have?
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Dude,
have
I
you
get on.
watched?
Well, so I get on YouTube and I type in like scary movie moments.
I have
Like
I have
not, but you have to be
disappointment.
specific.
I just have disappointment to pass along.
Pacific. You have to be very Pacific with it, and be like horror. Movie moments, because if you type in scary movie moments,
Yeah,
they
that's
made like
bullshit,
1
right?
through 1,000 scary movies.
Sure.
But yeah,
I went on the old Peacock the other day, boy. I was fixing to get myself spooked.
Yeah.
Watched Halloween Ends, and that is some bullshit.
Yeah.
I just want to say, don't watch that shit because it's fucking terrible.
I'm still a fan of Insidious.
God damn, it was bad.
Jessie watched last night. She watched the Halloween movie Before Halloween Ends, which is on HBO right now.
That's the one where they completely eradicate the Michael Myers, like all the other movies, and it takes it back, right?
I think so.
The one with him and Jamie Lee Curtis,
Yes.
and their daughter and all that.
Yeah.
Or her daughter. I'm sorry.
So she was watching that last night with
That's a great movie.
with her friend, and
I liked that movie.
she thought that she was watching the new Halloween movie, and I had to inform her this is not the new Halloween movie that you're watching.
The new Halloween movie, and I don't want to ruin it for everyone else.
Ruin it.
The Halloween movie that they put out beforehand was fucking great, in my opinion. They completely did away with all of the Laurie Strode Halloween bullshit from all the other movies and was like, none of those movies matter. It's the first one and this one. And I'm like, ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
And so then they have this whole thing where, like, Laurie Strode is, and that's Jamie Lee Curtis's
Halloween
character.
Kills.
Right, that's Jamie Lee Curtis's character. She's went through this whole time, and had this secret of things, and she's fought Michael, and now he's coming back, and we have this whole thing, and at the end of it, she traps him in her basement, right? And she sets the whole fucking house on fire. Dude can't get out.
Gotcha, bitch.
This movie that we're talking about picks up right after that one, and immediately all the movie tropes kick into place, and it's like, get the fuck out of here. If that was a real fire, they A, are not saving that dude,
Right.
and B, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Like, it was
That's not possible.
quite a
I will
stretch.
just say that it was so bad I couldn't finish it on Peacock. I'd shut it off 30 minutes in.
Damn.
There is actual fans now who are petitioning Universal or whoever made the movie
To have it removed?
to reshoot it.
Oh, to reshoot
damn.
it?
It's got over like 100,000. It's got over 100,000
You done
petitions.
fucked up.
Do it again.
It's terrible.
So, Scotty, I texted you last night. So that new season of Unsolved Mysteries is out, and
Right.
they're releasing 2 or 3
They're only
episodes
doing a
at
couple
a time.
episodes at a time.
So the newest release that they did has an episode called, what is it called? Like Paranormal Hunters or some shit like
Is that the one you were talking about the other day?
The whole episode is talking about shit that happens on the Navajo reservation. And I was telling you, I'm pretty sure they even talk about the Thunderbirds that we mentioned last week on the Halloween episode.
Oh, yeah. You said that, and I was looking at Thunderbird mythology today. And
Yeah.
Man, that is so...
It was
I
a good
forgot
episode.
how good it is.
Yeah,
I really
man.
did.
Yeah, it was a good episode. Native Americans all have versions of UFO abduction.
And the Thunderbird plays prevalent in that, too.
But
Yeah, I guess
Sasquatch
so.
stays the same.
Yeah, Sasquatch.
Bigfoot for life.
Oh, there's
Right?
there's a big chunk of that Unsolved Mysteries episode.
Bigfoot?
And
where
they talk about
Bigfoot.
that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they have Bigfoot sightings on that reservation
So
all the
I love
time.
Bigfoot.
The whole thinking with Thunderbirds is that there is an underworld and an overworld and an underworld.
Yeah.
And the overworld is ruled by the Thunderbirds.
Mm-hmm.
And they would occasionally, throw lightning down, and every time they flap their wings, there's thunder, and all of that was
There's
meant...
Thunderbirds upstairs right now.
Well, in all...
Yeah, I hear him.
That's my that's my fat-footed kid right there. He always reminds me of Stampy the elephant, the pet elephant off The Simpsons.
Yeah, can't help it.
Right. Well, we got an elephant for a pet, and then boom, 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 boom. My kid's like Heavyfoot McGee. But anyway, like Thunderbirds would take care of the upper world, and then you would have like demons and things that would take care of the underworld.
Yeah.
And if they ever collided, the Thunderbirds were the ones who took care of it.
Yeah, that episode
That's
had a little bit of everything. Like, it had a nice chunk dedicated to Bigfoot. It had a chunk dedicated to UFO sightings, abductions.
Well, our boy JT from the Paranormal Son had this whole thing for a while. It was cryptids of such and such regions.
Right.
And one of them was Thunderbirds, and one of them was Bigfoot,
Yep.
and one of them was, I can't remember some of them he had. He had...
There's Yeti.
Yetis.
Yeah.
Different things like that.
The Mothman.
Sometimes I feel like stereotypes exist for a reason, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes a certain people are being a certain way, and they always are that way. So stereotypes sometimes exist for a reason.
Yeah.
What do you say about cryptids and things? Like, people are seeing stuff all the time, and they're, oh, well, that's a UFO, or that's a Yeti, or that's this. Do we constantly? I mean, it's the same shit.
Yeah.
So if it's the same thing, like stereotypes, shouldn't that be recognized as truth too? Not
it's just fucking bullshit.
Not just fucking bullshit with people.
It just depends on the culture. Like in many cultures, that shit is accepted as truth. In Western culture, not so much.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
no, 100%. If you say anything about a UFO in Western culture, you're automatically labeled a kook.
Right.
Yeah.
Until fairly recently. Yeah. You
right.
know, it's,
when the government themselves, who were labeling people kooks, had to change the moniker to UAP.
Yeah. So what do you think about that new New York Times article that says that, you know, a lot of it can be explained by, you know, enemy drones, trash?
I think about enemy drones when they talk about... So when I automatically hear stories of things coming up out of the water and, you know, a UFO splitting into 2 or 3 or 4 pieces, I automatically think drones. Because drones are something that someone or some person or some country can actively do today.
Yeah.
They can do that right now. You can get a swarm of drones and they can say shit in the air.
Yeah.
You know? Why
I'm just
can't
gonna say,
they...
if I had like $1 billion, I'm gonna start fucking with people.
You know, why can't they do UFO shit?
Right.
Or like out in L.A. where you've had the guy, the jetpack guy.
Yeah.
You'll have dudes like at, 10,000 feet in the air, and they're like, there's a guy waving at me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get
no
the
shit.
fuck out of here, right? There's some dude up in the air, like, flying, waving at people.
That's
like,
fucking cool.
after a while, you have to believe these people.
I really want a jetpack badly.
What would you do with a jetpack, though?
Fly
Say
around,
I
bro.
have a jetpack.
I'd be afraid I'd get somewhere and be,
run out
just
of
fly,
gas.
Yeah, exactly. Just flying away and forgetting about my fuel and
Yeah.
See, me being terrified of heights, I could never own one.
Yeah, you're probably.
It's like, oh shit, I'm high.
Yeah, it probably would actually be the same for me. To be honest, yeah.
Just like that, too.
My mental voice tells me that every single day. Oh shit, I'm high.
Mine does too, but usually I'm high.
Yeah.
So yeah,
at that
just
moment, I'm
saying.
actually
I got my card. I'm high. So
yeah, man. Cannabis cup later tonight, right?
Oh, do we have that tonight?
Oh,
I forgot about that.
So
I'm
yes, we
prepared
do.
for it.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm prepared for cannabis.
It
cup
sounds
tonight.
like we're going to change the cannabis cup up tonight.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do.
Be listening to patreon.com/the old77podcast.com, and you two can find out what the hell we're talking about.
Yeah, we got a little tournament going on.
Marijuana.
Yeah.
Marijuana.
Yeah. So speaking of that, November elections, we've got recreational on the ballot.
Yeah.
Right.
I was talking with our friend Mo today.
Yeah. What did he say?
He anticipates Prop 3 passing.
I do too, but I think you should vote no on it.
I do too.
Yeah.
But I think it will pass.
I think.
So I don't know what that is. One, I don't pay attention to the news,
Marijuana.
and I don't read
Sure.
anything. So please inform.
Prop 3 in Missouri. Dave.
Yeah.
You're way more than I am.
Davy Train.
I'm not an expert on Prop 3, but basically it legalizes recreational marijuana.
But it legalizes recreational marijuana with the exempt that companies who are legally only allowed to sell marijuana now within the state can only be the ones operating forward. So if you're legal now...
Oh, so you can't start up.
No one can start up. Only the ones legal now. So that makes a monopoly for the people who are here now.
Bro, he said do not pass go.
So
Which is collecting that $200.
Like the oh God, I'm trying to think of some of the brands that I'm thinking of, like 1913 for one.
Yeah.
Our friends at Shangri-La, they can continue. Now I'm assuming no new stores can open up.
Yeah.
It would only be the ones and the people who are recognized now.
Yeah.
What good does that do our economy, though?
For sure.
That's what I'm saying.
I wonder.
That makes...
I'm all for recreational marijuana, but I think you should vote no on Prop 3 and wait for a better one to come around.
There's so much shit our government does. I think that if they're not benefiting the fucking people and the community as a whole, then they don't need to fucking be there. We need to overthrow them, kill them and their families, and start the fuck all over.
That escalated quickly.
Boy, that really got out of hand.
We went 0 to 100. I like
You
it.
have to kill the families, man. You have to.
Guys,
you can't have any people. There's too many movies about motherfuckers coming back.
For my FBI agent listening.
So I just want to say that Bertram woke up this morning and chose violence.
Dude, there's a song.
Wow.
Marijuana.
I was not expecting that, right? Maybe you need some marijuana.
But you know
past
what?
federally, I'm out.
But doesn't federal law though supersede local law?
Yes.
And that makes me wonder if, even if that's the case, okay, so Prop 3 passes in Missouri and everything goes forward. They still can't do a monopoly. But then I wonder, like, okay, it's marijuana, so
Marijuana.
no one is doing anything in that regard, in that field. Like, they can't even get banking, man. They have to work in cash. I mean,
Well, how hard was it for Ethan? Just doing Kratom.
Dude, speaking of Ethan, I just want to say, whoever the motherfucker that broke his front door and stole shit is a dick.
Nah, you can't even be a motherfucker because that's cool.
I mean,
Fucking
that is
moms.
not
Fuck
cool,
that piece
man.
of shit.
That was
That's not cool.
Yeah.
That was during homecoming.
Old brother is just trying to make a
Fuck
living,
that.
man.
Fuck, fuck those kids.
Yeah, no,
He
that's
has
no
a
excuse.
shot.
No.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for that. No excuse.
Especially a
for that.
shop that's doing the kinds of things that he's doing.
He's doing the Lord's work.
I mean, he's
man.
not like it's
He's
not
doing
like,
good shit.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
not
He's
like
not
it's a
selling
Walmart. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
come on.
He's trying to help you.
Yeah. So people who are listening, they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Right.
Our friend Ethan Jones owns a shop in Columbia called Mind Right, and he sells all kinds of different
Sells
kratom, mushroom
different
extracts,
things, yeah.
Stuff to make your life better.
yeah, stuff to make your life better, and it has made many lives
It has
better,
changed so many people's lives.
myself included.
But you know, the people
somebody
who stole it, I
smashed-
hope it does change their life, and they figure out how big of a dickwad they are.
You know,
and
I
go
hope
back
you're
and
right.
Fucking apologize.
I hope you're right. Right there, brother. I hope you're right.
Somebody
And then they die.
threw a brick or some shit through his window and busted it all to pieces.
So they broke his front door down, stole his product.
Yeah.
Okay? That's bullshit,
Yeah,
in
it's
my
fucked
opinion.
up.
That's not cool.
That's not cool,
Yeah.
man.
And surely those motherfuckers had to have been on camera.
You know, I would like to think.
You're on Broadway, bro.
You know,
like, there's
I would
cameras
like to
everywhere.
think-
Dude, we could take pictures of the fucking asshole of the moon, but when it comes to fucking security cameras, we can't get shit.
Right.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Look at all these bank robberies.
CCTV is terrible.
Yeah.
nowadays.
Yeah,
But
I
you
don't
know what?
man.
I hope they find the guy, and I hope Ethan gets justice.
I hope so too.
I
man.
really do.
Dude, but that's the thing. Ethan's such a fucking
He's such a
nice,
nice
good dude. He's
dude,
like,
right.
bro, here,
Right.
take this. It'll help you with whatever you're doing.
Yeah,
You know,
he'll be like,
that's-
okay.
he's so fucking good.
That's
Yeah.
the thing,
He'll
though,
just be
right? If
that's
Ethan
so
caught him, he'd be
genuine.
like, "Bro, here, just take this and you'll be good." Right?
Yeah.
I'll see you
He's
later.
like, no, that's not gonna help you. This
So
is gonna help you
why-
better.
You should have
why
stolen this.
steal it?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You know, I don't get it.
like
I don't
that,
get it.
yeah.
Well, I would like to think that hopefully the person or persons that did that just was not aware of how great of a person
Yes.
Ethan is, because somebody that's that good of a person doesn't deserve some
Right.
shit like that.
100%.
No,
man.
especially when you're
100%.
doing what Ethan's doing.
Yeah.
You know, like I said before, Ethan's doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he's helping people kick that nasty habit of opioids and all that shit that
Yeah.
doctors tend to always push because there's money in it.
Yeah.
You know, you can't get addicted to the cure. You
Yeah.
can get addicted to the thing, though.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
you can.
And Ethan's trying to get that out.
Yeah.
Now, in the same vein, I just heard where there was a family who is suing because their son took kratom supplements and died. And so they're suing, like, the company that sold him the kratom.
Right. Here's what you need to know about that, man. Kratom by itself has never killed a single person.
For sure.
Can I say something about that?
Please do. Go for it.
In all fairness, had they choked on a pizza from Pizza Hut, they'd be suing them too. Like
That
that's
bitch at McDonald's.
Well, no, I would like to play devil's advocate and just believe that the family of this person sincerely believes that kratom is what killed their kid. But I'm here to tell you that kratom did not kill your kid.
Man, I don't know, though.
The DEA came out with 44 deaths that they claimed were kratom related. And when you actually looked at each of those cases, all of those people had cocktails in their system
What?
that are known to be deadly without kratom. It's like if I drank a fucking glass of orange juice, crossed the street and got hit by a car.
It was the orange juice
Is
that
my
did it.
death orange juice related? Okay, well then shut the fuck up. These deaths are not kratom related.
Exactly.
Sorry.
What if you're allergic to it?
I've never heard of anybody being
Can
allergic
you?
to it, but I mean, it's possible.
Yeah,
I think you can be allergic to anything.
But it just goes
for
to show
sure.
you that anything, literally fucking anything, is deadly if you take enough of it.
Sure,
Water
but-
included.
Or if
man.
you take it the
Oh,
wrong
no,
way.
100%. 100%.
let's put it this way.
or if you take it the wrong way.
I mean, if you fall off a ladder, you sue the ladder company. It's just what you do. I mean, that's just how the world works now.
Yeah, sadly.
Now, it sucks that it's because of the kratom thing and because it's got so many eyes on it that it's going to be used that way.
Yeah, it has been used
but
that way.
really, I mean, it's just like anything else. It shouldn't be looked at as in any way impacting the...
Yeah.
Or
it impacts
that the kratom had anything to do with it.
Right. Yeah.
Not until they know. If they have proof and they can show scientific proof, like, yes, it was the kratom.
See, that was my thing.
Yeah. They don't have that, though.
That was my thing. Can you scientifically prove that kratom killed that individual?
How do you prove somebody OD'd? It'd be the same. I mean, it'd have
they
to be
just look. They just look for certain levels of certain drugs in your system, and if it's above this level, I think they feel like it's safe to assume that that's what killed you.
Well, what if they OD'd and they didn't have anything else in their system, but like pot or something? I mean, now that would be.
But you're not going to OD on just pot,
well,
so you're going to have something.
I know. But what I'm thinking is,
you like to think
if you did, if they did declare your death an overdose, and the only thing you had in your body was either pot or kratom, then you had to have been allergic to something. That's the only way that makes sense to me. I've got a friend that's allergic to weed.
See, I feel like that's like if you took too many cinnamon rolls, right?
Yeah.
Biscuit ate a fuck ton of cinnamon rolls, and he died. And he died because of cinnamon poisoning.
Yeah.
Is that the case?
Should we ban cinnamon now?
Should we ban cinnamon?
Ban that shit.
Can nobody
Get on the
eat
bandwagon.
cinnamon
Let's do
anymore?
It.
No.
Should we ban
Start
ibuprofen? Because ibuprofen unquestionably kills more people.
Have you seen what that shit does to your gut?
What we would have to take from it is
know.
that some people can be allergic to it.
Yeah.
And we'd have to figure out how to find out if somebody was allergic to it prior to them using it.
Let's be fair. If it's ibuprofen, you're not taking a poop.
Yeah, we know.
Just saying.
Yeah, I had to take some ibuprofen recently, and I took a very uncomfortable shit this morning.
Dude, I can't take one ibuprofen pill.
Yeah.
If I take a pill of ibuprofen, I'm not shitting for 2 days.
Yeah.
If I take a gel tab, I can maybe take 2.
Yeah, you're
and
good.
then I'm not pooping for 2 days.
Yeah.
Or longer.
Yeah.
But I swear to God, man, if I take any kind of pill form of ibuprofen, it's worse than if I had have taken it to begin with.
Right.
I would rather not take the ibuprofen, poop regularly, and deal with whatever pain I'm dealing with.
Suffer through your headache.
Right.
Yeah.
And my wife cannot get that through her head.
Yeah.
She'd be like, take some ibuprofen. I'm like, if I take ibuprofen, I'm in worse shape than if I had have taken the ibuprofen.
Right.
I just don't trust drugs.
Yeah, you should.
Like I take my multivitamins and my shit like that, and that's about it.
Yeah.
But you know what? You're better off that way.
For sure.
I'm going to be honest with you. You're better off not taking any kind of thing.
It becomes a crutch.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, most
our ancestors never took any of that shit.
Yeah.
Granted, they died at 35.
Think
Just
about
saying.
it. I mean, like most chronically ill people that you know
Chronic.
are taking lots of medications.
Right. Right.
You see, so like
Right.
I delivered to a nursing home and was like driving around, and there's like a bunch of old people just like at the window.
Yeah.
Just like watching me run around on my little it's called a Moffat. But it's a 3-wheeled forklift. It's
Oh,
got
I know
real
what
big,
you're talking.
It's got real big tires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thing's
just-
huge.
Yeah, I'm just driving along, cruising along, and like to see the look in their faces.
But that's something that they have never seen. Do you understand that, though?
But like no, like not like the like look of like, oh wow, this is like super cool, but like the look of like they just want to fucking die.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm like, how many like what immediately went through my head was how many of them are taking like dick loads of medication
Right.
just to survive and they don't want to.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't ever
That's
want to reach
family.
that state.
I'm going to be honest here. So my mother had a stroke.
Yeah.
My sisters put her in the home. I offered my mom to come here. I said, Mom, I can take care of you.
Come be on the podcast.
Move with me.
Yeah,
I was gonna,
bring her on the show.
That was before the podcast.
Yeah.
So
Let's
I was
start a
like, you
podcast,
know what?
Mom.
You know what? You can have the whole basement. It's all yours.
Yeah.
And the sanest thought in my mother's head was, I can't do that to you.
Yeah.
Sorry guys.
You solid.
If I do that, I'm gonna drag you down.
Yeah.
She told me.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry, guys.
You good, dude. You good. It's
And I tried to do that for my mom.
Yeah.
I tried to give her a place, and my sisters didn't like that.
Right.
You know, they put her in a home.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, guys. My mom eventually lost her mind. And I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, I went and seen her, and she didn't know who I was. She thought it was the Kennedy like the Kennedy administration.
Nice.
She had no clue I was even around. I came around in 1977. Like, my mom was young when Kennedy got assassinated, so she remembers that. You know, that was her 9/11.
Yep.
And when she had her stroke, that's what she went back to. And she didn't even know who I was at the time.
Yeah.
But she was the same way.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell that she had had too much medication.
Yep.
And a lot of people were that way, too. They would sit and cry for their mothers.
Yep.
These are 80-year-old people who would sit and cry for their mothers, man.
Yeah. Because your brain goes back to that.
Yeah.
To those memories that are strong in your brain that you're never going to lose. One of the things that's interesting to me, being a music teacher, and I taught this to my students, is how much of an impact music has on your brain. Like when a person
100%.
with Alzheimer's literally might not be able to tell you what they had for breakfast, but they can recite every word to a song that they love.
But you play something from the 1940s, and everybody in my mom's group would be up and dancing.
Yeah. Sinatra,
they
shit like that.
couldn't even walk, but they would be up and dancing.
You know, I've said I don't believe in the paranormal, but I'll be honest with you, man. I think in real life, with my beliefs and stuff, music is the closest thing to actual magic that we have in the universe, man.
I agree with that.
Dude, we played music for my kids when they were my wife was pregnant. And now both my kids have like really good rhythm.
Yeah,
like, they can get up and dance. And
you know what?
move
Watch a parent fade, and you will see paranormal happen.
Yeah.
My mom cried for her mother at the end.
Yeah.
And she would, every day at 3 o'clock, she would just cry for her mom.
Damn.
You know, and at the end, her mom showed up. The last week of her life,
yep.
I swear, and I think this is more and more, people who are dying start time traveling. Talk to a hospice nurse. Talk to them. When someone dies and they're in that era, they start time traveling. You know,
I could see it.
People from the past show up. They start talking to them.
Yeah.
Kids who have been dead for years show up.
Yeah. That's what happened to my grandma.
You know?
In the days before she died, she was having conversations with dead
right.
relatives.
People show up. They start talking. Like, my dad showed up for her. Like,
it's so
hell,
common.
he'd been dead for 10 years.
Yeah.
20 years at the time, you know?
It's a thing that happens so commonly that they literally gave us a pamphlet and said, hey, here's what's going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
We got the same thing. Yeah. We got the same thing.
Yeah.
They will start time traveling.
Yeah.
That's what our pamphlet said.
They will start
and it's like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's a very, very common thing.
But you know what? If it's so common, why do we think it's fake? Why do we think it's fake?
Just don't want to believe it.
Yeah.
But why don't...
I don't think
personally,
it's fake.
for me, at the end, I want dead relatives to show up.
Fuck yeah, me too, dude.
I want to see
Are
some
you
homies.
kidding me? Yeah. I want to see some homies I haven't seen in 10
some
years,
dead
man.
relatives. Not all of them.
No, all of them. The ones I hate, I want to get... It's like Festivus, baby.
Festivus for the rest
You know
of
what?
us.
You're all around. I got a lot of fucking problems with you, too.
Here's your grievances, bitch.
We gotta squash
I want
this
that.
shit.
I want that at the end, man.
So
I want to time travel. I hope to God when it's my time.
So
everyone shows up.
One of the really common things with people that have near-death experiences is that somebody will be there to greet them. Mm-hmm. I think we've talked about this before. Like a lot. Like if you're a Christian, it might be Jesus. If you're an atheist, it might be like your grandpa. Or
you know, Matt's talked at the Paranormal Society that religious people, especially Catholics, don't tend to be around.
Yeah,
they find peace.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like they don't stick around in the afterlife?
In terms of ghosts and things.
when they talked about like the cemeteries and stuff, there's no activity.
There's no activity at the Catholic cemeteries.
Yeah,
why is that? They found peace.
Yeah. So who would you want to be there greeting you if you could only pick one person when you die that comes and greets you?
I can't get into that.
Yeah, okay.
I want my dad.
You want your dad?
Yeah, that's too much.
What about you, Dustin?
My great-grandmother would be nice.
Yeah.
I would love to see my great-grandmother again.
Yeah.
Or my grandfather that died in 2019. I think it's 2019, maybe 2018.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've had friends that have passed, but...
Yeah. Well, my vote is for my grandpa, of course. My badass grandpa.
Dude.
My buddy Adam that passed away a few years ago. I mean, that would be a nice one to see on the way in, too, you know. But I find comfort in that, man, and the fact that, like... your experience, these people that come back and remember these near-death experiences, their experience varies depending on what they believed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if you were a Christian, it might be Jesus sitting out there waiting for you. But if not,
well, I've told you guys, I've had a brother-in-law, my sister's husband's brother at the time died in Vietnam.
Right.
I mean, he was flatlined. He got shot and killed in Vietnam. Was dead for 15 minutes and came back on the table. Had a near-death experience.
It's a long time to be dead.
No fucking shit.
Swore to God he was going to hell.
Yeah, he had a bad one, right?
He had a bad one.
Yeah.
Bad.
Oh gosh.
He was
I think
running from hell his entire life,
Yeah.
and he's recently passed.
I think you're
So-
tripping is what's going on. I think your brain is releasing DMT.
See, I don't
It's just
know
releasing everything in your body.
I
Well,
don't
you're
know,
right,
'cause,
Dustin.
oh,
you're
shit,
right,
bro.
You're right
Yes
about
and no.
Not yet.
Yes and no, because recently we've talked about this too on a couple of, I think it was several episodes ago,
Yeah.
where certain doctors are starting to stage their rooms that they're in. So like their operating rooms have like a cross on the floor in the left-hand corner.
Uh-huh.
Did you see that when you died?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that cross on the floor. Well, then you're like, well, then that can be real.
Yeah.
They're starting to stage things for people who have out-of-body experiences that they can come back and collaborate their story.
Yeah, corroborate your story.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I've been drinking. I don't know
That's
if you know
okay,
that.
buddy. That's okay.
Yeah.
So,
I've been drinking and crying, so hey, I can do
it's
it.
a good combo.
You know.
Well, hopefully tears of joy eventually tonight.
Always.
No, that's a
We
very,
love you, Scott.
That's a very
Always.
common thing, though, man.
You're
is that
amongst friends right now, my
people
friend.
that die will be able to, when they come back, they'll be able to tell you, like, hey, there was a quarter on the top of the building, and it was from 1976.
You know,
Like,
they
there's
will
lots of
stage-
cases of
they
that
will
type of shit
stage
happening.
like that. Yeah.
Well, one of my best friends, when he died, told me it was just like somebody stopped the tape.
Yeah.
Really?
He said it was like, we were there, we were at Guns N' Roses. This is Rick Dunsford. He's like, we were at Guns N' Roses, we were listening to Night Train, we were dancing, and said, next thing I know, I'm laying in the floor, my body's all tense, I can't move anything, none of my muscles are working.
Yeah.
I'm looking up at you going, it's going to be okay, man, it's going to be okay, man.
Worried, right?
And the first thing he said to me is, dude, get out there and try to catch the mic when Axel throws it.
Yeah.
I swear to God, motherfucker just woke up from being dead.
Yeah.
Saw me while he couldn't move, and it was like, dude, go out there and try to catch the mic before Axel throws it.
That's a good friend.
So my guy said that when
He got his
was,
microphone eventually.
when he was doing his thing, he was out and he was, I think they were running patrol. He was like running point or something, right, in Vietnam. And an IED, I guess what they call them today, like an IED,
Yeah.
like an improvised explosive device,
Right.
blew up, killed him. They flew him back to Hanoi. He was dead the entire time they flew him back. They brought him back on the table. He said that it felt like, have you ever seen the movie R.I.P.D.?
No.
So he was doing his everyday thing, and he looked around, and
Holy fuck.
every single person stopped. No one was moving. It was
like
just him.
It was like Zach on Saved by the Bell.
Birds in the sky had frozen. He couldn't see them moving. Nothing moved. He was the only one in the area that moved. And there was a light in the sky, and he refused to go. And when he refused to go, he felt a pain in his chest, and he was back on the table.
Oh, well.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, man.
That is
Now,
insane.
he has other things that go accompany that, like shadows came to drag him down. He had killed people.
Oh, dude.
So the shadows in the area. He had died. Everything had frozen except the shadows. Shadows in the area moved around and came to him to drag him to hell. That's his.
That reminds me of a fucking story that I need to tell you guys. I'm going to save it for the cool down, though.
It sounds to me just like the old Patrick Swayze movie, Ghost.
Yeah.
Where the dude at the end who killed everyone, I don't know if you've ever seen this.
Never seen
So
it.
there's a guy at the end of the movie that ends up killing our main character and causes the Patrick Swayze ghost scenario.
Right.
And when he dies, instead of like a light showing up, the shadows grabbed him and started pulling him to hell.
Oh my gosh.
And that's what my guy says. Everything froze and shadows started coming his way to pull him to hell. And then he woke up.
So murder.
Had I not woken up, I would have been in hell. His words.
So is it based on then maybe murder is the unforgivable sin, and your peers decide at the end?
Personally,
could be.
I think it's you.
Like
You decide?
know-
You choose.
I can fuck with that.
We have been giving free will.
Yeah.
From day one, we should know what is right and wrong.
Yeah.
What about people like Hitler, though, that don't think they were
But
wrong?
they still think... You kidding me? Hitler thought he was right.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, when we die, we choose. If we know that we've done bad, we punish ourselves. We go to hell.
I wonder for
but
how
if
long.
we knew...
We talking a day, a week,
personally?
a month?
but time is
like, how long am I gonna be here, guy? I got shit to do.
Come on, I got places I gotta be.
See, for me, I think time works different in hell.
Yeah.
For every minute that you're on Earth is like a millennia in hell.
Yeah.
So if you feel like you've done bad, you're gonna put yourself in hell.
Yeah.
Until you feel like you've done well.
That's my preferred.
Shit's getting deep.
That's my preferred interpretation of hell. Is that hell is a thing that we are perfectly capable of creating in our own minds while we're here.
If we're being fair, and everything is so, I say this knowing that little kids get cancer and old men get cancer, and the only way that is fair is because it's fucking unfair for everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
I think if you go to hell, you put yourself in hell. If you go to hell, then you eventually will release yourself. If you go to hell, then
I can see that.
You will be like, well, then I've atoned.
Yeah.
Deep down, you'll be like, I've atoned.
You almost forgive yourself for
yes,
what has been done.
It's all us. It's all us.
Yeah.
If God is seriously an all being, all knowing whatever, then he knows that we're going to hell.
Yeah.
Right? The only reason he can do that and be that way is because he's like a parent. If my kid wants to ride a skateboard, I can't fucking make him do the skateboard and do it for him. I have to let him fall. I have to let him break an arm. I have to let him do it and learn it.
Yeah.
Before he can do it on his own, right? That's God.
Gotta let him
We
fly.
have to let us be ourselves and figure out ourselves. Before, I mean, if God stepped in and did everything for us, then fuck, man, what would life be?
Yeah.
It would suck.
I think that's the hardest thing as a parent is not like stepping in and just doing shit for your kids.
Right.
Yes.
And that's what God's at. You know, if I'm being honest, that's where God's at.
Like,
that's why you punish yourself.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. You are.
Yeah.
I love you, but you're doing this to yourself.
Yeah. And that's what I tell Jack. God, my son Jack's been driving us crazy. Everything with him is fucking poop this and butt this and diarrhea that and this shit all the time. Like poop, diarrhea, butt. And yes, thank you, Dustin. I'm getting so tired of this shit, man. And so, but I have to remember that I was a little shit once too.
We all were.
You know what I mean? Like you got to have a little bit of grace about these things. But
you know the hardest part about raising children is that they're the best of you.
Yeah.
They're also the fucking worst of you.
I heard that.
Yeah.
You know?
Bingo.
And it's not just you, brother. It's you and your significant other.
Yeah, the shit you didn't even fucking sign up for.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You and the girl.
Yeah.
It takes two to tango.
I hope they got more of their mom than they got from me, man.
Right.
That's my hope.
I pray to God my kids get more from their mom than they do from me. But every day,
ain't gonna happen.
But every day they keep showing me,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Fuck me, man. I'm sorry about that."
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I think they're playing our music, Dave.
They are, but we got a cool down coming
Cooling
up,
it
right?
down.
It's going to be a good fucking session.
Dude, this
I
has
can
been a
tell
really
already.
good
Sex?
Did somebody say
What?
sex?
And?
What? Sorry, I've
Sips
been drinking.
whiskey.
Yeah. I've been drinking. I haven't cried yet, but give me some time. I
Give 'em
might.
time, bro.
Give me a minute, bro.
I can't help it when I get to my parents, man. I
Yeah.
fucking get teary-eyed.
Everybody's got their shit, man. Yeah.
Everybody's
their
got
weak
that soft
spots.
spot.
I watched my father die, so I have that.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've not reached that point yet.
Anybody been there? Anybody seen a parent die?
Just my grandmother.
That's the fucking worst, man.
No.
Yeah.
My mom called me down one day, said Dad's not feeling well, like it was in the morning, like get down here right now, and I ran down. My dad was sitting on the edge of the bed, had death rattles, so he was taking his last breath.
Yeah.
I thought for sure he was still with it. I threw him in the floor, gave him CPR. My father puked in my mouth, blood. He had a hernia, not a hernia, but an embolism that had bled out into his belly. So all of his blood bled out into his belly. I didn't know that at the time. Gave him CPR, thought he was still around. Gave him CPR, man. My dad's eyes came with it. He was with it for a minute.
Yeah.
And then he died in my arms.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like you can see that when that happens.
Sheesh.
I have trauma.
Yeah, man.
I mean, that's understandable. I would too.
Fuck yeah, man.
No shit.
I broke 3 of my father's ribs trying to bring him back alive.
Hey, they say you do CPR right when you do that.
That's what I've always heard.
Yep.
Yeah. If
Well,
you don't hear bones cracking, you're not
that's
doing
what
it right.
That's what the EMS tech said too. They broke 4 more ribs.
God damn.
So it was like he had nothing left. Like even if he had have lived, he wouldn't have been around.
That makes me hurt.
Yeah, me too, man. Boys, let's cool it down next. You ready?
Yeah, we got to.
Here we go.
Please do.
Dave, I gotta pee.
Oh,
it's about time. It's about time somebody else has
Scott's
to.
got to pee on it.
7 years old.
Back after this, folks.
You bitches. Good luck.
Just waiting for it to drop. Oh, there it is.
That's
hey
nice,
guys.
right?
Welcome to the cool down. Hold on.
Pulling it down with the old 77.
Now it's official.
It's official, boys.
Welcome to the cool down on the old 77.
Oh, man. Okay, so I got a crazy story for you guys, okay?
Please.
You guys have all heard my sleep paralysis story.
Yeah. Right.
My encounter with the shadow person, whatever the fuck.
Did you actually, I always want to know, did you actually see the hat dude?
No, I did not see the hat dude.
Okay.
I just saw the shadow being no hat.
Gotcha.
So, trippy story. My student who we were talking about earlier off the air that I was training today.
Yes.
Oh, that's the one with the sticker.
So he has stickers.
Yeah,
sticker.
He pulled our old 77 sticker down right off the McDonald's pole.
Meant to eat in the Dahmer
like a
shit
champion.
Like that
no,
one.
different.
Oh no,
sticker.
different sticker.
That. But yes, sorry.
Okay.
What's his name? Let's give him a shout out.
Young Jamie.
Young Jamie. What's up, brother, man?
That works.
So I hope you.
Thank you for being a fan of our show.
I hope you don't mind me telling this story on the air, Jamie. I don't think you do, so that's why I'm going to tell it. So the sleep paralysis thing. We were talking about scary movies,
right?
Because it's close to Halloween and everything, and
Absolutely.
we were asking each other. We were talking to each other about scary movies, and so I told him that he should watch that documentary about sleep paralysis called The Nightmare. So,
dude, you've recommended that to many people, not just him.
So I pulled that video up on YouTube, and I hadn't even clicked play on the video yet. It was just like the picture, that shows before you click the video. And so before I could even hit play on the video, he looks at the image and he goes, "Is that the Hat Man?"
Oh.
And I said, "Yeah, that is the Hat Man."
Now, how did he know about that?
I asked him, "How do you know about the Hat Man?" And he says, "Because I've seen him."
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
He's seen them.
Yeah, him, the Hat Man.
Dude.
There's only one Hat Man. Yeah, you only see the Hat Man
Is there,
one at a
though?
time.
Yeah, is there?
Is there?
When people see him, there's only one Hat Man. They don't see like 20 of them.
You know,
or even
personally,
2 of
for
them.
me, I've never seen the Hat Guy.
Me neither. Thank God, because he supposedly is the most terrifying one of all to see.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
I just want to say that on a Saturday,
Just take it away.
On a Saturday, we drink a hell of a lot more. Just saying.
Yeah, I haven't drank that much.
We are all
on the table right now.
There is a lot on the table. Yeah,
I'm drunk as shit right now.
Welcome to the old 77, brother.
It's a safe place.
So, 100% in an unsafe.
Isn't that a trippy story, though?
That is, man. That is.
Yeah.
So I've heard several people talk about the hat guy.
Yeah, who else have you heard?
We've had a few people at work, and I can't
Yeah.
remember their name right off the top of my
okay.
head.
Yeah.
But I've brought up this story before,
Yeah.
and a lot of people bring this story up to me because they listen to the show at work.
Yeah.
As you should.
As you should. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We love you
And
guys.
people
tell your
have
friends.
brought up the fact that they have seen the hat guy or they have not seen the hat guy. Now, the ones who have seen the hat guy always feel this sense of like superiority.
Yeah,
if I
he's the
will.
one in charge.
Like exactly. Like
Yeah.
he's the one calling the shots.
Yeah, the other shadow beings are just his minions. He's really the one in charge.
But you have seen other like shadow beings, right?
All I have seen is the one shadow being in the one experience that I had, and it was just the one. It was not. There was no hat. It was just a shadow person.
Just a shadow.
Yeah.
So explain it. Like, what was it?
Blacker than black silhouette of what looked like a human body. Couldn't see eyes.
You couldn't see eyes.
No, but some people will see them and they will have like shiny red eyes. That's very common. Honestly, I don't think that my eyes made eye contact directly with the eyes, because
See,
that was the only thing that I could do. The only thing I could control was the movement of my eyes. I couldn't control any of the other
See,
movements.
it's funny
of my
how
body.
that is.
Don't look at him; he'll go away.
We've talked about this before. Like, Dave has a very different experience from, say, like my experience.
But mine is the more common experience.
Right.
Your experience is very unusual.
My experience started off as your experience and then
Yeah.
ended up as something completely fucking different.
Care
I
to
don't even
share it?
know how to. Sure, why not?
Yeah, sure.
So my experience. Keep in mind, I'm drinking. Just want to say that. My experience was an ex-girlfriend. And I've told Dave this story. Like, I would be... So, for instance, I'm laying in my bed, right? And it's very dark out. We have a nightlight in our bathroom. And it just shows up the toilet. You can't see hardly anything other than that. But as I was sleeping, I would open my eyes and I could see just the outline of my bathroom.
Yeah.
And this girl stepped out of my bathroom
Ooh, fuck that.
every fucking night.
Yep.
For like months.
Fuck a bitch up.
Months. I told Dave about this.
But Scott did not have the fear.
I didn't have. I wasn't scared at all. No,
Why?
dude, I wasn't scared
I ain't
at all.
scared of that bitch.
To with Dave's story, he was scared of his guy.
Most terrifying thing.
And
that's
most
ever
people
happened to me.
are. For me, I was not frightened at all. I was
Yeah.
like, hey, I
You
know
want this?
It was more of I know you.
Yeah.
I know you won't hurt me.
Right.
I know we're okay.
Yeah.
I know nothing is. And honestly, I guess deep down, it was like, I know you're not real.
Mm-hmm.
If I have to be serious, it was like, I know you're not real.
Yeah.
And so
I
every
didn't have
night,
that.
I swear to God, man, every night she would come out of the bathroom and she would look at me and she would tell me, we're not over. You can't forget me. You're trying. You are trying. She would like come down and I couldn't move, and she would like caress my forehead, and she would go, "You're trying to forget me."
Oh, that's crazy.
But I won't let you. I'm crazy enough that I won't let you. And then she would put her pussy on my face.
Oh, that's cool.
Get you some of this.
Yeah.
Exactly. It was just like that. It was like, hey, remember what you could have?
Mm-hmm.
This is what you could have. And it was always right here.
You just slapped it right on your
she
forehead?
Would put it, and see, I thought that was a joke too, but talking to Dave, people who have, like, if you will, like shadow experiences, shadow people experiences, the shadow guy would talk to them and he would put his head right here.
Yeah, that's what happened to me.
He would put his head directly in the middle of the forehead. And that's
Yeah.
exactly what she would do. She would go, so I swear to God, dude. This
How did
girl,
she step out?
This girl
That's what
just,
I wanna know.
it would be like daylight, nothing there, and then it would be boom, night. And then she would just step out of nothing.
Ah, fuck.
It was like there was nothing there, and she would just take a step, and I would see her mid-step. It was so weird.
Yeah.
And she did that night after night after night.
Oh my God,
After night until I eventually went, you know what, baby? I'm not taking this anymore. No.
Your pussy stank anyway.
And she stepped out. No, it wasn't like that. No. If anything, this is the most phenomenal pussy I've ever had in my life. So she stepped out and did exactly all that. She said, you'll never forget me. You're trying to forget me. And she'd put her shit on my forehead, And one day I was like, no, I don't like this. No, this isn't right. And from that point on, I could stop dreams. I could pause them.
Yeah.
I could rewind them.
Wait, yeah.
I could literally play it back in slow motion. And I could see her walking out. I go, no, stop it. Just like Zach Morris from, Saved by the Bell. Right. Nope. I could rewind it. I could do everything until I got my COVID shot. And then I couldn't do any of it.
Fucking government is at the root of everything.
And I don't know. I'm not saying that that's what did it.
I'll say it. Fucking government.
That's not what did it, maybe. But when I got boosted for COVID, I stopped having dreams. I haven't had a dream since.
They ruin everything.
Honestly, I haven't had a dream since.
I wish I would have never got the vaccine because it really the main thing, I never got COVID anyway.
I'm glad I did. Don't get me wrong.
Before the vaccine, I slept next to. I'm the chosen one. I was just going to say that. That's how it is. Sorry, fellas.
I get it. No, I get it.
When it comes
breaking
to
news.
COVID-19, I am the chosen one. My girlfriend.
Breaking news.
My girlfriend, who, by the way, I was incredibly in love with, had COVID, and I slept next to her every night.
I get it.
I stroked her hair while she fucking shivered.
While she was dying.
And all this other stuff.
But you know what? He's not the only one. Tons of dudes did that.
I took care of her. I brought her water. I brought her, woke her up and made sure she was drinking water.
Kept her alive, right?
I did all of that.
Of course.
I ain't saying I kept her alive, but I mean.
No, you kept her alive, man. You were worried that she was sick.
The dude can't take compliments. I tried to say his dick was huge, and he didn't want to take that compliment. I was like, bro, you got a big package. You're like, nah, bro. Like, you tried to keep a person alive. No, I didn't.
Nope. Trying to pull you out of the water.
We all have those problems.
Trying to throw you life that boat.
But
I apologize.
I never got COVID the whole time, and then when I didn't have any symptoms, I didn't have the brain fog or anything until I got the vaccine.
God, I had the fog.
The first thing that happened was I got shingles immediately afterwards.
Holy fuck.
All the people that say that scientists are saying that the COVID vaccine doesn't cause the shingles, fuck you.
No,
yes,
man.
it does.
I don't know if it causes shingles.
Me. It didn't happen to somebody I know. I didn't read this shit on the
It was
fucking
me,
internet.
motherfucker.
It was fucking me. I've never had shingles.
So hold on, you got shingles after you got vaccinated?
The next motherfucking day.
Oh,
Black
that's
shingles.
Dude, if we're being honest, logistically, that's not the vaccination.
I never had shingles before.
But it can't work that fast.
I never.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Nothing works that fast. I'd love to call that the virus, like, I guess, solution problem. But, man, dude, nothing works that fast. In my 44 years on this earth, I've never had anything, in my opinion, work that fast on me. Where I've been vaccinated and then the very fucking next day I can't do it.
Well, it sure fucking happened to me.
It wasn't a one night event for me. It was like a week. Yeah. Within a week, I went from having like these weird fucking. So I'm not gonna lie. Like I used to have these very vivid, I can remember flying. Sorry, I'm drinking.
Remidget.
I can remember flying. I'm fucking drunk. Midget. I can remember flying in dreams. Like I always knew how to fly. I just forgot how to do it, and somebody'd be like, "Oh, do this." No problem, I'm flying now, like things like that. But when it come time for like the COVID thing, like I just stopped doing it altogether.
I could be remembering it wrong. It may have not been the very next day, but it was close enough to where I know for a fact I got it from that fucking vaccine.
No, I'm with you.
Now, in a way, it is my own goddamn fault, and I'm going to be fair, and I'm going to tell the whole story.
Yes and no.
I'm going to be fair and tell the whole story. I was sick. Okay. First off, you had to get back then. You had to get on a waiting list to get your vaccine.
Oh God, yes.
I wanted this vaccine so fucking bad, so I didn't have to stay in the fucking house anymore.
Yeah.
And about the week of the vaccine, I'd gotten sick. Mm-hmm. And I had to take antibiotics for something. I'd gotten sick, and I had to take antibiotics. I did not tell the people because I knew I'd be put on another motherfucking waiting list.
Yeah.
And it'd be another 3 months that I had to sit in this fucking house.
Yeah. Right? And we all did that, man.
And so, to be fair, I'm no scientist. I'm no doctor. But
I was one of
the
them
fact
people.
that I took antibiotics and my immune system was not what it should have been the day that I walked in and took the vaccine, and then I got the shingles, could have had something to do with it. It might not have, but just playing devil's advocate on both sides, I wanted the vaccine. I was a big vaxxer kind of guy. I was like, let's get this vaccine out there. Let's get the fuck out of this house.
Let's get back to normal.
Yeah.
Right? I was the same way. I was the same way, man.
But the thing that fucked me up on it is that after I got the vaccine, the long-term effect, I've had a little bit of brain fog, which I've always had any fucking way.
We've all had that, dude.
But,
for sure.
Right?
It took my sense of smell, and it reassigned everything a new smell.
Man, I feel sorry for those people. I never had that.
I lost it.
Smell
and taste.
I never had
and
that.
taste. But
Bro,
smell,
that was fucky.
Smell and taste are very closely.
like when
They're
I go
linked.
When I go
Tell
to
me about it.
When I go to McDonald's and I eat a burger, it doesn't taste like pre-vaccine. It tastes completely different.
Still
and it's
today?
not better.
Yes. Sprite.
Really? For both of you.
Yo, dude, fucking Sprite is horrible.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, it just tastes like fucking chemicals.
And anything
Worst thing ever.
Garlic is one of my favorite ingredients, one of my favorite aromatics to cook with.
Yeah.
And
Ooh,
dude,
aromatics.
Bro, that's fancy
like
as
that,
fuck.
bro. Oh, wow.
But anyway, garlic has had a completely different taste, and honestly, garlic has kind of gone back to normal, or at least my body and mind and taste buds have adjusted. Readjusted to the garlic.
Yeah.
But garlic was one I couldn't do there for a little while, and I said, "No, motherfucker, you ain't taking garlic from me."
You know, I guess
ass fucking cut.
You know, I guess I never really realized it because I never had an issue with COVID. Did you guys lose sense of smell and taste?
I did not know.
For
I
sure.
did not.
Yeah,
For sure. 3 days.
Yeah, my mom.
Really?
My
3 or
mom
4
recently
days.
had COVID and she had lost hers.
So it's funny. I got boosted.
I didn't have that.
I got vaccinated and then boosted and then I got COVID.
Yeah, I mean.
So I never got COVID during the original, like, lose this, lose that, bullshit, blah, blah, blah. I got COVID when it was like, okay, here's the Omicron, you're vaccinated already, it's going to be a hot inconvenience, and move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never got any of the
That's
other.
one thing for sure, regardless of, like, where you fall in the conspiracy theory spectrum of things. You know, we were made to believe that the vaccine would prevent people from getting COVID, and that's clearly
Yes
is
and
not
no.
the case.
It depended on what part of it.
I'm sorry, if you were a kid of the 90s, then you knew that Trial 1 or, I don't know, version 1 of Microsoft's Windows wasn't going to be the one you fucking wanted.
Yeah.
You wanted to get
This is
version
a stepping
6.2.
Right.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
I was a kid of the '90s, and I wanted out of that fucking house. I wanted that vaccine. I wanted to hug my grandma.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
See,
I
I was
get that.
deemed one of those people that could go. Like, you were, what is that? What did they say those people were that you could...
Oh, the...
essential workers.
Let's say I was deemed an essential
We were
worker.
too, Scott.
No, we were
Fucking
too.
how?
Everybody,
We were too.
everybody that wasn't a fucking CEO. Okay,
Because you're part of the supply chain. That's why you were.
You know,
essential.
everybody
It was
I
fucking
knew...
stupid.
I mean, minus me,
Why is
because I
that?
got to come home.
Why are the non-essential people paid as way more than the essentials?
You know, I'm going to be honest.
2020,
All of that going down has led to where we are now.
No wonder nobody.
it all started with
has
Harambe.
led to people going, you know what? I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
I don't want to bust my ass so my company can get another 10 cents and I waste everything on it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And people are constantly like, nobody wants to work anymore. No. If anything, COVID showed people what they're worth.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
true.
I don't know. We've had some fucktards come through.
You're
that are
always-
just like,
you're always gonna have
like,
those, though.
Ooh, they're coming in.
Yeah.
Lately.
Yeah.
Always going
And
to have
it
those.
makes zero sense. But I guess it is the same, like, yes and no. Because we have some that are just like, well, I'm not getting paid enough, but I'm doing all this hard work. Well, it's like sometimes, like, and this is the way I look at it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to do fucking hard work.
It's just your time
Everybody
in the
has
barrel.
Just fucking do hard work. What
You
is
know
this
what?
going to make you a better fucking person?
We're all fucking
Right.
monkeys. We all have to
much.
spend some time in the barrel.
Everybody,
It's just your turn in the barrel.
Yeah.
everybody has
You know?
to pay their dues, but
At what
there
point?
should come a time when it is time to reap the benefits of the dues that you have paid, and what should fucking dictate when that time comes should not be who your fucking parents were.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. And that's what worries me, if I'm being honest. Like, currently...
And people are sick of this bullshit.
The current state of the economic ways of doing things, right? If I know somebody, I'm getting in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If I don't know anybody, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're finally coming to a point where it's got to change, man. Something's got to change.
Yeah.
You know what? If anything COVID taught me was I know my worth. I know that for the rest of my life, I am tired of making other people's dreams come true.
Right.
When can I fucking make my own dreams come true?
For sure. Yeah, I think a lot of people had that realization during COVID. Yeah.
Making dreams come true.
So many people had that recollection that, you know what? I'm tired of making other people's dreams come true.
Right.
This is my dream come true.
You know, I want my own dream. When can I come into focus?
Right.
Dude, I'm in a podcast with a bunch of guys that are like-minded, and I'm a solo podcast guy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, even though I ain't making no money.
None of us are making money, bro.
well,
guys
none
aren't
of us
making money?
are. But, you know, what else?
Nobody.
Wait, what?
Nobody in the podcast field is legitimately making money. If anybody I know, does anybody know another podcast? Because I guarantee all you guys know another podcast. Fuck, I know 5 right here.
Yeah.
Right here. Yeah. And I guarantee that all 5 of those podcasts are not making a living to where you can quit your job and do just solely those.
Yeah,
because nobody across the board is doing that.
Yeah.
Nobody is making a living off of podcasts.
Joe Rogan, but
other than Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he's Joe fucking Rogan.
Well, he's
everyone
our Howard.
Everyone else is trying to be Joe Rogan.
He's
You're
our
right.
Howard.
You're right.
Nobody in radio makes as much as Howard. Nobody's ever going to make as much as Howard.
No one, because there's no other Howard.
And just
I'm going to be honest, I don't find Howard to be a great interviewer. But Howard interviews the amazing people with amazing interview skills. He's Howard.
Yeah, and that's a big reason.
He's not the best interview.
He's paid his dues. It doesn't matter.
For my money,
I guess, yeah.
David Letterman.
David was.
You throw Dave Letterman out, and Dave Letterman can interview he can interview the fucking Pope.
He was great at it.
When I was in high school, dude, I've been a radio fucking mark.
Oh,
and if you're not in the wrestling business, a mark is like a fucking crazy fucking fan.
Yeah.
I love fucking radio. I've always loved radio, and I've also always loved David Letterman. And
Yeah,
I've
Letterman's
never
great.
understood why Letterman wouldn't work on radio.
Yeah.
Even if he took his old Late Night with David Letterman archives and then sold them to Sirius XM and they started a David Letterman channel, I would listen to that all the time because
he should start a podcast.
nothing Letterman ever did,
he did.
really required
I think so.
visuals.
Letterman was phenomenal.
You
Yeah, I
He was
agree.
the best interview of his generation, in my opinion.
Not
I
only
agree
that,
with your opinion, dude.
most of his comedy was written with the thing in mind, and I don't know if this was fact, but I know that from my experience of listening to Letterman every night, and I say listening to, I was laying in bed when I was listening to Letterman. I was turned away from the TV. It was something to be on to lull me to sleep, and then he would be doing his comedy thing, and I didn't need to see shit, and I'd be laying there with my head on my pillow just...
Same with Carson back in my day.
funny.
In my day, like, God, I hate to say it. I sound like I'm so fucking old. But in my day, like, I was born in 77. So Carson was the jam back in the day. You couldn't get any higher than Johnny Carson. And when Carson would do his thing, it was like Ed McMahon, who... I don't know that guy, but Johnny Carson, I know him.
Yeah.
He would come out and fucking electrify the crowd.
Yeah.
Carson was something that we will never, ever see again in our lifetime.
No.
We will never see another Johnny.
I don't know. I think Jimmy Fallon is getting pretty close.
But you know what? He won't be Carson.
Nah.
For this generation, I think.
And he's not as important as Carson, I don't think.
I don't think so either.
Jimmy's not going to last as long as Carson did. Nobody's ever going to last as long as Carson did. In this
Dude, Carson lasted 50 years.
Yeah.
Holy
Nobody.
shit.
Can you imagine somebody now making it 50 years?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Listen, man, when it come to watching
Some
Johnny
scandal
at
will come
night,
out.
you didn't watch Johnny at night because you watched Johnny at night. You watched Johnny at night because you got used to watching Johnny at night with your parents. Your parents watched Johnny at night because they got used to watching Johnny at night with their with your grandparents.
Yep.
I mean, like, nobody is ever going...
Dude, it was a tradition.
Yeah.
Yeah,
when Johnny retired, it was like a fucking earthquake happened. Like,
Right?
what the fuck? There's not going to be no more Johnny?
But you know what? The industry shook.
It did.
Can anything today shake the industry like Johnny did?
No.
I mean, are you kidding me? If somebody, like, for instance, if, God, I'm trying to think of anybody that would be up to Johnny's caliber, but I can't think of one person. It would be like Brad Pitt. If Brad Pitt suddenly retired from acting,
Yeah.
it would be almost, but not quite, on the Johnny caliber level.
Yeah, I don't
you know?
even think that would be close.
I don't think it would.
I was pretty young
Because
when Johnny retired,
celebrities-
but I remember it very
Do you guys
well.
you guys may not. You should.
For me, it would be Howard retiring.
Do you remember when Johnny retired? Do you remember
Yeah.
Bette Midler came out,
Yeah,
sang
sang to
him
him, yeah.
songs?
Yeah.
Like,
I remember all that. Yeah.
the collective people wept.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was
They
huge.
wept because
It was
Johnny
huge.
left.
Yeah.
Can anybody do that today?
I
No.
don't think so.
Howard. I think Howard's the last one.
I don't think he can.
Not to Johnny's level, I don't think.
Not
To be
to
honest,
Johnny's
I don't give a fuck if Howard
And
Stern
here's the
retires.
reason
He
why.
can go away.
He's been doing it for 40 years. In 10
Yeah.
more years, he'll be doing it
Yeah.
as long as... I mean, maybe
Yeah.
even longer.
But in the collective conscience, what I'm saying, though, is Howard
the
is
collective conscience,
nowhere near
I'm
Johnny.
not a TV guy, though. I
Well-
don't know who the TV guy would be. I'm
I
a
don't know
radio
who.
guy.
I don't know. But
There's
that's just
not
it, though.
one.
I don't know who would be able to take. Who
Now
would
there-
be able to take Johnny's role today?
A few years ago, I would have said it will be a big deal when Regis Philbin retires.
But he's dead.
But yeah.
Regis died. No one
Did
gave
he?
a fuck.
Did he really?
Did anybody give a fuck?
I didn't even
shit.
know.
Regis
Oh,
has
he
been
died?
dead for years.
Speaking of death,
Jerry
by the
Lee
way,
Lewis.
yesterday or today was
He
it today?
just died today.
Yeah.
But yet he came out on Friday. They came a story out saying he had died.
Yep.
Fuck, man, I thought he'd been dead for 10 years.
Have I told my
Yeah.
Jerry Lee story on here?
We had last week
did
we
he die?
talked about. I said he was dead.
Yeah.
You were like, no, Jerry Lee's alive. Fuck,
Yeah.
man. Come to find out, he was alive.
The only
Was.
celebrity who
Was.
I've actually been to their house, been invited inside, and seen how they live
Jerry?
is Jerry Lee Lewis.
No shit. I didn't
never
know
told you
that.
that.
No, I didn't know that.
No, I've
You've been to
Jerry.
Jerry Lee's house?
Tell us.
Jerry Lee Lewis lived in Boonville, Mississippi.
Yeah,
for
that's
a
where he
little while.
died. He died today.
I don't know if he
Boonville,
died in
Mississippi.
Boonville. Did he die in
Yep.
Boonville?
I just read it today.
Well, Jerry Lee lived in Boonville, and it was everybody knew this was Jerry Lee's house, but you didn't go to Jerry Lee's house. You didn't go past the gate. You knew, you know what I mean?
For
Like,
sure.
it
Well,
was
to
just-
be fair, the story I heard today was he still hated Elvis. The literal story I heard today was Jerry Lee died still hating Elvis.
I came in, I was delivering pizzas for Pizza Hut at the time, and I came in from what you would do, you wouldn't just deliver a pizza, go back, deliver a pizza, go back.
Right.
You would take 3 or 4 orders.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It was
Yep.
a Friday night or a Saturday, I don't remember. It was one of our busy nights. And I had 3 orders, and I came in, I dropped them off, and then my boss came up to me and handed another one, said, "Take this one." And so I took it, and I said, "Okay, I'm going to grab it." He was like, "No, don't take any more. Just take
Just
this
this
one
one."
and come back." I was like, "Dude, I ain't going to make no fucking money if I
Right.
just take." And he goes, "Trust me, dude. Take this one and don't come back. Do this for me." And so he was my boss, so I went, "Fuck.
I need you to do me a
Because-
favor.
No, I need you to do this.
Well, what
baby.
you would do is I would take like one from the ghetto, and then I'd take like one rich neighborhood to
Yeah.
make up for the tip I'm not going to get.
Dude, that's how it was. That's how it was back in the day. Let's be honest.
I just want to remind everybody that Jerry Lee Lewis married his 13-year-old cousin.
I don't give
Yeah.
a fuck. That was okay at the time.
I'm just saying.
Uh,
If it was his
just
second
saying.
cousin,
I'm
we
just
wouldn't be
saying.
even talking about it.
That's right. Now the
Could be.
cousin thing, whatever. He's Southern. Give him a break. Anyway, so my boss is like, "Take this order." So I take this order, and when you look at an order, you're in work mode. You're not
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
about nothing.
You're not thinking about it.
All I'm looking at is the address and how to get there. So I'm following the address. I didn't know Jerry Lee's address, and I get there. And now I had never been there to this driveway, and the gate was open. But
Red flag.
So I get there, and I'm looking for the numbers, and then like immediately my brain's like, well, it's not Jerry Lee, so we'll keep on going. And then I drove up and down a couple of times, and then I looked, and the number was Jerry Lee's number. And I was like, this is the house. This is Jerry Lee's house. It's matching up with the ticket. Because I knew not to fucking go to Jerry Lee's or you'll go to jail.
Or you'll go to jail.
And well, I mean that's what we all
No,
thought.
that sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go to his house, he's going to shoot up $600,000 worth of false teeth. I get it.
So I'm looking at, and then for the first time, I look at the name on the ticket, and it's Lewis because they only put the last name, and it was Lewis, and I was like, Lewis, here's the number. This is Jerry Lee Lewis,
Right?
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, so now this was where I justified crossing that fucking mental barrier
Yeah.
and going into Jerry Lee's driveway.
So
Yeah.
did Myra open the window or the door? Or?
Well, here's the thing. So I go in, and the gate was open.
Yeah.
That was the only time I'd ever seen the gate open.
She can't still be with him, is she?
Well, no. It's not the cousin.
Okay.
No, he's married to, he was in the process
Married
of
to a
divorcing.
sixth cousin now. Okay.
No, he was in the process of divorcing the woman that he was, because they got divorced not long after
I
this.
knew they got divorced.
But we're talking like 2007, 8.
Oh shit, she's probably like 68 by then.
Maybe
so no worries.
2004, 2003. I really don't remember this.
Dave, she's legal.
Long ago.
Long ago.
And so here I'm scared out of I ain't never been so scared going down, because I just know I'm going to get in trouble. And I'm creeping down this driveway, and I'm following
killer.
the driveway.
Yeah.
And then you go around the corner, and the first thing, and the driveway led to the back door. And at the back door stood a woman smiling and motioning
come
for me
on
to
in.
come on in. And so I was like, okay. So I went in.
You know, that makes sense. I mean, Jerry Lee wants pizza too.
How many pizzas?
It was.
What was it?
It was not just one. It was like a whole meal kit. Like there was wings, pizzas.
Oh, okay.
It was a various order. Like
Anchovy. Fucking crazy person.
You know what? It didn't occur to me. Like today, I would have kept the ticket.
Yeah.
And I would have framed that
Oh,
ticket.
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But it didn't occur to me to keep the ticket.
No,
at
it
that
never
time.
does at the time.
And because at the time, also, I'm not fanboying out. I'm at work.
Guys, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I hate to break the thing, but I love the photo up here of you and Biscuit just chilling, Dave.
Leaning.
Listening to the story like, get the fuck out of here.
So I go, and the first thing that hit me when I pulled around to the back and I was about to get out of the car, they had one of those patio back doors like my grandparents have, and the first thing I noticed was there's a swing out back. That's where he sits in the back and drinks his sweet tea while he fucking chills out and looks at his yard like my grandfather does.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, and the first thing I noticed was how incredibly normal
His house was.
everything the fuck is.
It has to be, right?
For sure.
And I went inside, and she said, will you do us a favor? I know you're not supposed to come inside, but would you mind to set this up on the table for us? And I said, no, ma'am, which I would have done for anybody.
Sure.
I mean, nothing about this was anything more in my head. I had to switch in. I'm in work mode.
Yeah.
So this is just another customer.
Right.
So I didn't do anything I wouldn't have done for another customer. I brought it in. I laid it on the table and said, do you want me to open the boxes
Just
for
with
you?
the southern accent, I hear it
I
in
was
my
like,
head. No, ma'am.
I didn't
ma'am,
know.
let me do things.
Are more people coming? Is this a party? Do you want me to open the boxes so they can see the pizza? No, that's not fine. Just lay it all out for something. So I said, yes, ma'am. And when I came in, he was sitting by the piano.
You saw Jerry Lee?
I saw him. He was sitting by the piano.
Of course he was.
He had a walker. I noticed he had like
he had a walker for the last 20 years of his life.
Yeah.
If we're being honest.
There was but he wasn't, and he just kind of waved and smiled, and I nodded and smiled back, and I set up everything. I took my money, and I said, thank you. You guys have a great day. And she told me to keep the change, so I said, thank you. Have a great. I didn't count it or nothing.
Fuck yeah.
I got in the car. I put it in. And I was like, holy fucking shit. Because they all know how big of a rock and roll fucking guy I am.
Yeah.
And that is why that order was waited on until I got back. So when I pulled in, everybody and their dog, you see everybody looking from the kitchen like,
That's awesome.
That motherfucker right there gave Jerry Lee his pizza.
because everybody thought I was going to go up there and freak out.
Right.
And
you did, and you did a good job.
No, I did what I would have. I was at work.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what, man? There's something to say for that.
Absolutely.
Like my buddy who used to fill vending machines in St. Louis at Barnes Jewish, he ended up showing up one day to work and met Stan the Man Musial.
Yeah.
And him and Stan the Man, because he didn't know who the fuck Stan was because he's not a sports guy,
Yeah.
Stan loved hanging out with this dude because he had no clue who he was.
Yeah.
You mean we're not talking about sports? Fuck yeah, let's talk about this.
That happened to me with a WWE superstar. and his name is Cliff Compton in real life.
Okay.
Or not in real life, but on the indies. He was like Deuce or Domino. I don't remember which the fuck one he was. But I didn't know who Cliff was.
I've never heard of Deuce, but I've heard of Domino.
I didn't know.
Speaking of deuces.
Taking a shit.
Don't look at me like that, Dave.
Like, hold up.
There.
Hey, all right, all good now. All right, all good.
Anyway. He was a big GNR fan, and we got to talking about Guns N' Roses and how, and was sharing GNR going. He followed him on tour. I followed him on tour. And to me, this is just some fucking guy I'm working with at this indie show.
Just some dude you're talking to, right?
I didn't realize he was a WWE motherfucking superstar.
Yep.
And then Brando from Appetite for Distortion has CM Punk on the show. And CM Punk tells a story about when he met Axl Rose, and it's Cliff's fucking story.
Oh, man.
And then, but in CM Punk's story, he was like, me and my buddy Cliff Compton went to this. And when Cliff told it to me, he was like, yeah, I had a friend with me. We went up there and he never said the fucking friend was CM Punk. And he didn't, I guess he didn't want to name drop and
For sure.
and be like a big shot or anything. But that was the only thing I took away from that. Is like, why didn't you fucking tell me the random friend I had with me? That throwaway detail in your story was.
Wait a minute, that detail was super important. Get the fuck out of here.
I had to Google CM Punk.
Seriously?
But I remembered the name, and I thought that he was a wrestler, but I wasn't 100% sure. So
if you're a wrestling fan.
I would say even as a non-sports fan, I knew who that was.
Yeah, no, I definitely knew the name, and I thought wrestling, but I wasn't 100% sure. Yeah.
Wrestling and UFC.
Right.
And he was a UFC guy, too?
Yeah, he's a total UFC guy, right?
For less than 15 minutes total.
Yeah, he wasn't there very long. But you know what? Good on him.
Literally less
good
than 15
on him,
minutes
though.
total. He lost both of them fights quick.
But good on him because we're still talking about him.
He tried. I
You
didn't
know?
try. I didn't get in there and get my ass beat.
You know what? That's
Oh,
90.
no.
But honestly, like in anything, that's 90% of the issue. Like everyone knows a friend who has a podcast, right?
Yeah.
Who do you know who has a friend who has a podcast that has 100+ episodes? We do.
Yeah.
Hey.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. You know, not too many people will do that.
Yeah, it will
You
last
know,
that long.
not too many people who have a podcast will hang around for 100+ episodes or more.
Right.
You know, shit, man. 100 episodes for us is what? 3 years? We've been doing this for 3 years now, Dave?
About, yeah.
How long you been doing it, Dustin?
We're on our fourth season. We changed the season at the anniversary.
See? So, I mean, you've got plenty of years, too. Like, it's crazy, man.
I never thought that the one thing that would make me money in this I've been making internet content via YouTube and Blog Talk Radio, Blog TV, various platforms bouncing around since 2009. And the one thing besides professional wrestling I made a living at. Like I made $500 or $600 a week.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to have a job. But the only thing that I've ever made money at when it comes to this internet content creation thing,
right,
is fucking Guns and Radio. And I never thought 100,000 motherfucking people would sit and listen to me talk about one fucking band.
Yeah, and it's funny
every
how that
fucking
is.
week.
And it's funny how that is. Like, you never know your core audience until you sit and do it.
Right.
Everybody wants to do a podcast. Everybody has great ideas to do a podcast, but nobody sits down and does it.
We have a website. We have all kinds of shit. Even the old 77 website, let's be real, because it's on the same account as Guns N' Radio.
Somebody who also does Guns N' Radio set that up for us.
I heard.
I did, because we need a .com, so everybody...
Right.
It's easier to say the old77.com, get everything in one place.
No,
and
absolutely,
it's
man,
organized.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And by the way, I'll if at any given time that makes you uncomfortable, me owning that, I'll transfer it to you. I can transfer.
No.
But the thing is, though, that subscription in my account is automatically paid every year. I don't even see the money come out. It's paid every year.
We'll take it.
Fucking sold.
Well, when it moves accounts, like if something happens and I had to unfortunately depart, which I hope never fucking happens because I love being here. But if something ever happened, I would transfer it, or I would hang on to it, or whatever you guys felt comfortable.
But you know what?
You guys is mine.
You know what? Honestly, though, there's something about, like what Dustin was saying, there's something about live radio. This isn't radio, but we sit here and talk, and we have microphones in front of us like it's radio.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something about this whole You can do a podcast by yourself, right? No problem. You can do that all day long. But when you get a group of dudes together and you sit down with a microphone in front of you, things fucking change.
Yeah, it's a lot different.
For sure.
It's 100% different. And it's so much more live energy, and you can feed off of each other, and you can do stuff that you would never do.
Yeah, even with two people, like 3 people compared
Like when
to 2
I chased
people
the
is
pizza
huge.
man.
Dude, so even before you, we had a thing where we were at Maddie Francis's house one time, and we had the pizza guy show up at 3 a.m, and we tried to get him to do a podcast.
Yeah.
Old boy was like, I got pizzas to deliver.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. You know, I
Couldn't
mean,
get him that night.
we tried our damnedest to get that boy. That's also some of the footage that if anybody is gung-ho, like a big old 77 listener, you know we've lost lots of hours of footage from that night.
Yes, we have.
We recorded 12 hours, I think, at Maddie Francis's house that night. And
I'd love to see Maddie.
3 hours only survived.
Yeah, that was definitely our longest recording ever
was.
we've ever
That
done.
was.
Yeah.
Before I came here, I was a fan of this show, and it
Since
really.
being on now, I can't stand it.
Yeah, I know, right?
He's like, I was a fan.
Fuck this shit.
Yeah.
Fuck
No,
this show.
no. Now when I still listen to the show every week, but now when I listen to it, I'm selecting clips to
Yeah.
edit. I do that when I would normally be listening any fucking.
No, I get you there.
But man, it sucks that I only got to meet Maddie twice.
Maddie was something else, man. I love Matt Francis. Maddie's
man.
dad just passed away.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
big ups to Jim Francis.
Yep.
Jim was one of the he was on the show too. Jim was one of the first shows before Dave.
Yep.
Episode
2 or 3.
5 or 6, I think. Dave
think
came
I-
around 5.
I think I was 5.
Dave was on 5 and never left.
Yep.
I know the first episode. I didn't know a motherfucker.
And
Yeah, you didn't know anybody on there.
And
other
and
than
once
Matt,
Dave
Scott and
once
Matt, yeah.
Dave showed up, and then me and Maddie settled with Dave, and then we started getting his dad involved. Like Maddie's dad coined the phrase. So we were talking about cryptids one night. Maddie's dad was in the Pine Barrens, and he was necking with some girl. Now this dude said this in front of his wife of 50 plus years, right? He looked her right in the eye because he was sitting on the back porch swinging. Yeah, baby, I was necking with some bitch in the Pine Barrens, and I'm like, I love this man.
Yeah.
I love
This
this
is the
man.
thing legends are made of.
This is a legend. So he was necking in the Pine Barrens with some chick when something he doesn't know what it was. He never could explain what it was. Something grabbed a hold of their bumper and lifted it up and held their car in place while they took off. They were spinning out while something picked them up and kept them right there.
Yep.
And then they took off because it let him go.
Yep.
But then he also had a story when he was younger I think it was a family member's. I don't know who it was. But Jim actually saw a shadow figure jump off the building and then jump down. So it was like a top of a building and then something else, right? This thing that he saw jumped off the building, jumped on the ground, and ran the fuck out.
Ah, fuck.
But before all of that happened, after they kind of figured it out, something killed a dog in the area. Somebody's family member lost a dog, and he's the only one that can say that thing killed it.
Yeah.
No one else could.
He told that one on the air, right?
Yeah. And to this
Fucking
day, it
No
gives me
shit.
it gives me the fucking hoobie-joobies, man. I can't. Ooh.
Like Zoink Scoob.
Like, oh God, Scoob!
I'm
Like
root-
for
I'm
real,
rooting,
like that guy saw some shit go down, and no one else believed him.
I'm rooting for the Phillies in the World Series in honor
know?
of Jim Francis this year.
I love Jim Francis. There'll never be another Jim Francis. At Maddie Francis's wedding, I love his dad. His dad sat back in the kitchen and drank Jameson with us and looked at Matt, who was dancing, and was like, I'll be honest with you, that fucking kid didn't get that from me. He got that from his mom. Oh, he was so disappointed. And then the next week at a cousin's wedding, he danced like a fucking machine.
Like a madman. Yeah.
That was a real man.
Matt Francis's
Not
dad
a
is
lot of
my
real
dad.
men left.
I'm gonna be honest. He was
Yeah.
born in 42. He was angry.
Yeah.
God damn, he was angry. My dad was angry. Like, it was just a generational thing.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
think so.
Those guys were pissed for no reason.
I think so.
My dad hated Chinese people because they were stealing the grain prices from the American farmer.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
And Francis's dad worked as a Pillsbury guy. He was in the Pillsbury Union. Like, he worked for Pillsbury.
Yeah.
Like, he made things for them. And when they sold, like, I think they sold to like some other company, and he refused to buy another Pillsbury product. He would see like Keebler elves on TV going, "Hope they fucking lose their balls."
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I mean,
Bitter.
I love the man.
Bitter. I love a man that can hold on to some bitterness.
Oh,
right?
he was angry.
Yeah,
you know, the
man.
world got a little bit happier when he passed.
Yeah, but I'm
that's
sad
okay,
about that.
man. That's okay.
Yeah, I'm sad.
Not
about
everybody's going to be happy. I miss Jim Francis.
Yeah, man.
I will say that.
that. Yeah, we've been
Hell
thinking
of a
about you a
man.
lot, Matty Francis.
Yeah, man.
That's for sure.
Yeah, man.
What the hell's going on over there now?
What is
Dustin?
that? He's a man.
Oh, there we go.
Dave's grandpa.
Yeah, it's been a while since we played any Dave's grandpa clips on the show.
So back in the day, we used to link Dave's grandpa to the Chuck Norris facts.
Hold on.
Nice.
Like Chuck Norris once stared death in the face. Roundhouse kicked him and took his soul back.
Here it
now
is.
they play cards on every Friday of the week.
Here it is. We'll do this one.
Oh my God.
Dave's grandpa once roundhouse kicked someone so hard his foot broke the speed of light.
Broke the speed of light.
You know, shit like that.
Time waits for no man unless the man is Dave's grandpa.
Yeah, that's by the way, that is Maddie's voice, right? Just obviously pitch shifted down. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's Matt.
Yeah.
So Dave, for all of you who don't know, Dave's grandpa used to literally be the original badass. Dave's grandpa would backpack. So when Alaska Territory was purchased, Dave's grandpa backpacked the whole thing and mapped it out.
Surveyed that shit.
He surveyed the shit and made sure that it was okay and we could do this and we could do that. Motherfucker killed a bear with his own hands.
Killed a bear in the process.
Right now, because of YouTube and copyright, I'm not going to play but I just want everybody to know that right now in the background you should be hearing
oh my God.
Don't sing that too well because they will still pull us, right?
That's right. Dave played Glycerine. We got drunk and sang it and they pulled us for that.
We're drunk right now. So.
Yeah, that's a recipe for disaster.
I can't wait for After Hours.
I know, right?
Oh,
Me too,
man.
guys. Me too.
So speaking of, let's thank our Patreon patrons, Dave.
You know what? I'm going to start with Biscuit Strength.
Oh, wait.
You about forgot me last time.
I know. No, I did that on
We
purpose.
never forget you,
I did
bro.
that on purpose.
We never forget
Just
you,
to
bro.
make you think that we forgot about you.
It
We
was
would never
on
forget about
purpose.
The homie Dub IZ.
What up, Dub?
The homie Jamie Rector at In the Groove Records.
You got a little bump going over there?
I can, yeah. The homie JT at the Paranormal Son.
What's up, dude?
Thank you, Princess.
That's my boy right there.
And our good friends at the Jeff City Paranormal Society.
Absolutely, the original OGs.
Did we hit them all?
We need to talk about Jeff City Paranormal too here coming up.
Thank you very much.
I'm pretty sure Jeff City Paranormal is doing a live stream tonight.
Are we going to invade
crash
it?
that?
We're gonna find out.
We need to crash that. Coming up.
We'll get on Facebook.
We need
and
to
find
check
out.
that out. Double check.
Yeah.
We are going to crash it though. If you want to know, in After Hours.
Yes.
Hey.
So hang out with us at patreon.com/the Old 77 Podcast.
That's
there
right.
for literally, and I say this very English. Literally.
Are they?
For the price
good.
of a cup of coffee, you can get a early access.
Early access. You get after
get-
hours.
That's right.
You know, for a few
Biscuit.
extra bucks a month, I'll come over and give you a back rub.
Biscuit, my friend.
When the fuck is mine coming, Dave?
I owe you. I owe you a few, bro.
Biscuit,
you
my
got
friend.
Some back taxes to pay.
I'll-
You,
a
friend,
backlog.
are a Patreon patron. Tell us, why are you a Patreon
It's
patron?
not early access. One, I'm an American. And I don't like to wait.
American.
I mean, just plain and fucking simple.
I like it. I like it.
All right,
I
then.
get this shit next day.
So for early access, you can jump online, patreon.com/the Old 77 Podcast. Early access, like Biscuit said. You can
And the
get
crazy
that.
shit happens.
That's
Dude,
where all
there's
the good shit
so.
happens.
I'm going to
that
be honest
paywall.
with you. There's so much stuff that happens that you don't know about. And it happens on patreon.com/the Old 77 Podcast.
Yeah, Dave,
Find
give
all
me a
of our
back rub.
links in
right.
one convenient place.
That's
over
right.
At theold77.com.
That's right. We are the Old 77 Podcast. Thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us.
See you next time.
We're going to be on After Hours next. Deuces. Bitches. God, I gotta pee.
For a transcript of the Old 77 Podcast, write down everything the boys say.